Am I the meanest?
PUNSH drunk.
Am I the prettiest?
PUNSH drunk.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
PUNSH drunk.
Well, who am I?
PUNSH drunk.
Who am I?
PUNSH drunk.
I can't hear you.
PUNSH drunk. AKA Mr. Moo Woo Shine himself.
Of Harlem.
What up, what up? Y'all already know this is PUNSH on Boxing, aka Mr. Moo Shine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Maldito Borracho. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, God bless each and every one of y'all. This gonna be probably the realest thing. I've talked about this before, but we're gonna talk about it more in depth. Let's talk about this community. Let's talk about not just the YTBC, but the Twitter boxing community, social media boxing community, and things of that nature. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Ain't really too much to talk about in boxing. The less fights, the more boxing content creators, Twitter accounts, owners will spin narratives, will create narratives, will deliver narratives, and also will deliver conspiracy theory. Now, of course, the boxing community is frustrated, especially the hardcore boxing fans, whatever the hardcore boxing fans is it a such thing as hardcore boxing fans? I don't think so. Because if this is a niche sport, then where are the hardcore boxing fans? The hardcore boxing fans are the most frustrated fans of all of sports, right? Yet, we talk about it each and every day. We try to pull any story, any tweet that we could get to make up a story. You know, think about it. If it wasn't for Twitter, man, I'm going to tell you like this. A lot of boxing content creators don't know what the hell to talk about. If Gervonta Davis don't tweet and delete, we won't have nothing to talk about with Gervonta Davis. If Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis don't go back and forth, if Bud Crawford latest news was what he tweeted that he still want to fight Earl Spence, he's willing to spin the block, or he's tweeting towards Charlo or Jermall Charlo tweeting about that he needs to show proof to the world, because how dare you not believe Jermall Charlo that he injured his hand? His hand in boxing, that is normal. If you injure your hand, you use your hand to work out. You use your hands to fight. You know what? It's like twisting the ankle in basketball. It happens. It's like a knee injury in basketball. It happens. In boxing, hand injuries, it happens. But it's crazy that now if you got the flu, you got to show you got to show proof to the boxing fans, because at this point the boxing fans don't trust boxers at all. The boxing fans, the hardcore boxing fans, at this point, it's so bad that we don't even give the benefit of the doubt to the fighters. We sure not give the benefit of the doubt to the promoters, the manager, and advisors, and network. We don't even give the benefit of the doubt to the fighters. We push to hate the fighters. We're so frustrated that the best content in the boxing community is negative, hate content. If you talk about strictly boxing, talking about technique and skills and building up the fighter and praising the fighter and hyping the fighter, you know what I'm saying? Nah, people don't like that. That don't sell. That don't sell. Negative news sells. I mean, you could come here, smash the like button, smash the dislike button. It don't matter. It don't matter. So let's talk about what it is. Let's talk about what the people are subscribed to in the sport of boxing. Let's talk about it. Let's be real. Let's be honest. I mean, we live in a reality show type of society. We live in a real society, R-E-E-L. I don't know if it's R-E-A-L. But we live in a society where everything is just in front of you. A lot of people, I've been saying this for quite some time, they comfortable with the lie. They don't want facts. They don't believe in facts because maybe they just don't believe in boxing no more. But yet they want to stay in the rims of boxing to just show their frustration, beat boxing down already when it's down. You can see it, you can hear it, you can read it, you can tweet it. Everybody is frustrated. The fans have the green light to go diss the fighters and boxers. Y'all remember when the boxer used to be like the hometown hero? Now nobody even know who's the champion. They could go to Times Square right now. They don't know who the hell is Earl Spence. They don't know who's Jermall Crawford. They don't give a damn. Now you look at a guy like Estrada and Chocolatito, just a bunch of midgets. Midgets that can fight. That's how they see it. That's how they see it, man. The boxing community has shot themselves on the foot. The boxing industry has shot themselves on the foot. And it left a lot of boxing fans yearning for fights. They still love the sport, but they can't stand the sport. It's like being in a relationship. It's like being in a marriage. It's like being Al Bundy. We're all a bunch of Al Bundy going back home, have our hand in our crotch, looking at Peggy, like, but still sticking by Peggy. Still sticking by Peggy. We like Al Bundys, man. We're like miserable, old middle-aged men overweight in a bar. Let me get another drink, girl. Her damn wife is so fat, bloated. I don't even want to fuck her no more. Happy holidays, everybody. We're some bitter bitches, like I've been trying to say for a long time. We act like bitter bitches. We act like them chicks that's visiting their man that's locked up. I don't want to be with that motherfucker no more. I ain't trying to be with that motherfucker, man. Always trying to ask for asking for, you know what I'm saying, commissary money and stuff like that. That's it. Writing letters. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Some bitter bitches now, man. Sticking to relate. We in a boxing relationship that we don't love boxing, but we just stick to a relationship. Or maybe you love boxing, like, you know, when people be like, when you talk to a bitter chick and she's with a man that don't treat her good and she's your friend or she a cousin, be like, hey, yo, why you just don't leave him? Why? She always complained about, I'm gonna leave him, I'm gonna leave him. That's it. I'm tired. I gotta move on. I need a new life. You saw her today. You saw one of your cousins or friends or whatever, or relatives, this Thanksgiving or this Christmas and stuff like that. That's one of them chicks that's always talking about, yeah, what's up with your man? That's it. I'm done with him and stuff like that. He don't even take care of the kids. He don't even spend time with the kids and stuff like that. He broke his shit, blah, 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 blah. And then you be like, yo, so why you still with him? You always complain about the motherfucker. Why you still with him? Because I love him. And I know that he has potential to change. Hi-lo, dímelo. Good looking out with the super chats and the donation. If it's moonshine, it has to be great, better than Frosted Flakes. The hardcore boxing fan, gracias de lo mío. Hey, hi-lo. Merry Christmas today. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Merry Christmas, la bebida. ¿Qué estaba bebiendo este weekend? Agua o vino o ron. Oh man, smash the like button. And I said this before, man. There's a lot of boxing content creators. Shout out to all the boxing content creators. If you want to go deliver the good content, hustle the people, do what you got to do. I'm not even going at nobody. I just want y'all to understand what is boxing content creation now. What is boxing talk now? What is the boxing community? What is the boxing industry? You understand what I'm trying to say? Ain't nobody really talking about boxing. There's no more boxing talk. Y'all don't respect boxing talk. Let's be honest. That don't intrigue the people to talk about boxing. It don't intrigue the people to learn the history of the sport of boxing. People don't give a damn. Let's be honest. Boxing content creating is nothing but creating narratives, delivering conspiracy theories, and igniting the emotions of two rival audiences. That's boxing content creators for y'all. Whether you like them, whoever you subscribe to, that's what boxing creation is, ladies and gentlemen. That's what boxing creation is. Breaking boxing content creating is nothing but creating narratives, delivering conspiracy theories, and igniting two emotions, two rival audience, to ignite the emotion of two rival audience. That's what sells. Hate sells, drama sells. Let's not forget that Canelo Alvarez and Deontay Wilder, shit, made a lot of people thousandaires out here in the YTBC. Go ask your favorite boxing content creator. Go ask them. Go ask your successful boxing content creator what sparked up their shit. Canelo Alvarez, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, Manny Pacquiao. It got to the point where people are just going to, you know, that's everybody. He said that's the LDBC, but makes the whole YTBC. No. That's everybody. That's everybody. Hatred. That's everybody. There is a corner. There is a gang. That's everywhere. You know, in the penitentiary, you got your like Hispanic gangs, your Mexican gangs, your Aryan brother gangs, and the white gang, the black gang, the Asian gang, and stuff like that. That's the YTBC. You got the pro-black channels, you got the Hispanic channels, you got the UK channels, you got that's what it is. You're going to have your Bud Crawford narrative pushers go against the Earl Spence narrative pushers. You're going to get the Earl Spence narrative pushers going up against Bud Crawford's narrative pusher. That tells you to be the top-ranked guy when Bud Crawford was there, or be the PBC guy. Either you like PBC, either you hate PBC. Either you hate Manny Pacquiao and you love Mayweather, vice versa. It's the Tupac Biggie effect. I've been trying to say that for quite some time, but I'm letting y'all know that this is full-blown. There's no more boxing talk. It's all about conspiracy theories. It's all about that, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you subscribe to. That's what you like. That's what ignites you. That's what sustains you. That's what keep the eyeballs in the YTBC. How can we talk about Bud Crawford, Earl of True Spins for a whole year and they never fought? But talking about that keeps them afloat. Keeps your channel afloat. Keep your channel still being lucrative. It's really nothing to talk about in the sport of boxing. I'm telling you right now, it's nothing to talk about in the sport of boxing. All the boxing content creators, we try hard to create. What the fuck are we going to be talking about today? Let's check a tweet. Let's check something. Ain't no fights. And I understand the frustration. You still got a business to handle because, of course, now when you are monetized and you got to pay some taxes, it becomes a business. And it's not a bad thing because people do support, donate, send a super chat. Keeps you relevant because at the end of the day, you still delivering boxing content, but the content is not really about boxing no more. It's not legitimate about boxing no more. The debates ain't even debates. People ain't really having no debate. How the fuck you gonna be having the same debate for a whole 4 years about Earl Spence and Bud Crawford? The debates in the boxing in the YTBC or whatever you want to call this place is how whoever knows how to devalue that other fighter you're debating. Whoever knows how to devalue better wins the debate. It's like a defender and a prosecutor. They don't give a damn about if they right or wrong. They just going by the law. They just trying to win a case. The same thing with boxing debate. You may think that, hey, yo, it was Bud Crawford that actually ducked that fight. But you know what? I need to win this debate, so I got to be the devil's advocate and win a debate. It don't matter about Bud Crawford or Earl of True Spins. It's about winning a debate. And the thing is, let's devalue Bud Crawford and what he done, 3-division world champion, the weakest of undisputed, and that's the way to devalue. Then the Earl Spins guy's going to be like, well, he hasn't done nothing, and he's only stayed in one division. And what about when he beat Mikey Garcia? He didn't even knock him out, so where's his power? Stuff like that. It's about devaluing. Whoever knows how to, who gives the better case for devaluing a fighter, which doesn't help the sport of boxing because you're just devaluing and disrespecting a fighter. Whoever does it clever, whoever does it better, whoever presents the devalue and the disrespect of a fighter better wins the debate. There is nothing to talk about in the sport of boxing, y'all. There is nothing to talk about in the sport of boxing. Either you a Deontay Wilder narrative pusher, or either you want to debunk the Deontay Wilder narrative pushers. The same thing with Canelo Alvarez. The narrative pushes for Canelo Alvarez, or you want to debunk everything else. If you like Canelo Alvarez, if you like these fighters, you hate PBC. Everything is Al Haymon's fault. Everything it could be Bob Arum's fault. Everything is Oscar de la Hoya's fault. Everything is like that. It's tribal. It's everybody picking a corner. At the end of the day, ain't nobody talking about boxing. Ain't nothing to talk about. Ain't nobody want to talk about Ioka and Julio Franco. It's a good fight, but ain't nobody want to talk about it because that does not give you any numbers. So it's not really nothing to talk about, right? I'm going to tell you like this is right now for boxing content creators, they rather talk about Bud Crawford's tweet than talk about Ioka versus Joshua Franco. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. There is really nothing to talk about. There's really nothing to talk about. This ain't a hardcore boxing community. Let's be real. Let's be honest. This ain't that. This ain't that. This all about potential fights. Who's tweeting who? Who's saying this? Who's saying that? What I believe in? People don't believe in facts. In the boxing world, the hardcore boxing fan is trying to figure out right now whether Jermall Charlo's injury is real. Really? A worldwide sport, they got all these things to talk about that we could really talk about. It's just a lot of things that we could talk about don't bring in the numbers, so people don't want to talk about it. We're talking about it whether it's proof. He need to show proof. A guy that carved his own legacy, the undisputed 154-pound champion, the guy that we actually respect. And even if you don't like PBC, if there is one guy in PBC that you do respect, I bet it will be Jermall Charlo. And you don't even got to be a fan about that. Undisputed, cleaned out his division, never ducked no smoke. But now you want to actually question if he's actually injured. His hand is injured. Really? Hold on. Give me a second. PBC fighters been getting a lot of accident these days. That's what it is. Look. PBC fighters been getting a lot of accident these days. Hello, dímelo, Mr. Moonshine, the narrative slayer. Dímelo, mi hermano, así me mete, ya tú sabes lo que tenemos que hacer aquí. Gracias de lo mío. Good looking now with a super chat. Thank you again for the donations, man. Love you, my brother. Supporting me since day one, man. Never stop supporting. PBC fighters been getting a lot of accident these days. What happened? This is the dangerous sport, right? We understand that this is a dangerous sport. What happened? They can't get on. They can't get in accidents. They can't get injured. They can't get their hands broken. They can't nothing. They can't get injured. This is the most dangerous sport. And ladies and gentlemen, you got to prepare for a fight. You got to fight. To prepare for a fight, you got to fight. To prepare for a fight, you got to go through a lot of things in that training. Ain't nothing worse, ain't nothing harder than a boxer training, bro. You got to do the road work. You got 3 days. You fighting to prepare for a fight. You fighting to prepare for a fight. You getting brain damage to prepare for a fight. Do you know that brain damage is caused in sparring, preparing for that fight? And you want to question about if a fighter gets hurt? You think he ain't supposed to, his hand ain't supposed to be weak? You think that he ain't supposed to get a headache? You think he ain't supposed to get brain damage? These motherfuckers get hit for a living and get hit for a living. But we want to question. We want proof. We want proof that Earl Spence' eye was fucked up. We want proof that your hand is fucked up. We want proof. Because the boxing hardcore, it's only the hardcore boxing fans asking for it. It's only the hardcore. Ain't no casuals. You ain't never heard a casual be like, you know what? I heard that Jermall Charlo. I don't pay attention too much in the sport of boxing, but I've seen him with the cast is on, and I don't believe it's a black cast. When I had a cast, it usually be white. I don't know if he's trying to make a fashion statement or what it is. I heard he's trying to fight this guy, Tim Zhu. Tim Zhu is a young, hungry lion. That's what I heard. And he's trying to back out from a fight. He ain't back up from a fight from Tony Harrison. He ain't back away from Charles Hatley. He ain't back away Austin Trout. He ain't back away from Brian Castaño. He ain't back away from Jason Rosario, huh? And the way that Tim Zhu looked his last fight, you think he's going back his way up and not want to fight Tim Zhu because of what? What did you see? What did you see? That Jermall Charlo has to lie about a damn hand injury to fight a Tim Zhu. Tim Zhu. What the hell Tim Zhu did so anybody could fear him? And you talking about the Iron Man. You're talking about the undisputed champion. You're talking about the king. You're talking about the man that carved his own legacy that never had a piggyback over no fighter. He proved to you and I that he is the good. He is the standard. He goes for the gusto. He goes for legacy. Legacy reigns supreme. And this is the guy that y'all want to diss. This is the guy that now you want to act like he's a fraud. And then you want to know why boxing is the way that it is? Every champion, the hardcore boxing fans want to hate. You know why? Because it creates views, it's lucrative, and it's good for the channel. It's good for the channel. It's good for the channel, right? Shit, I remember the Brian Castaño and Jermall Charlo. I said it was a joke. I lost like almost 40 subscribers. There was people coming at me. There was people telling me, hey, yo, Punch Run, you betraying La Raza. Well, you know what I'm saying? Why you going against the Latino fighter? Why am I going? What? Huh? Motherfuckers, I could talk about Canelo Alvarez. Great, I could talk about Canelo Alvarez. I could talk about good about Demis Andre, but people don't like it. They want me to diss. They want to throw me in the garbage. You wanted me to devalue, discredit, shit on Demis Andre so bad. Y'all want me to shit on him so bad that I didn't want to shit on him. Jermall Charlo, y'all want to shit on him so bad because I know that the narrative is if you spin great narrative, you're a narrative push of Canelo Alvarez. It does not do good for your channel to speak good about the potential opponent of Canelo Alvarez. You can't speak good about Jermall Charlo. You can't speak good about Demis Andre. You can't speak good about David Benavidez. You cannot speak good if you build your channel off the Canelo Alvarez narrative pushing and praising. You can't, because now you're gonna keep your if you do, you're gonna have your fans like, what the fuck? I subscribe because I like Canelo and I don't like this show. I don't like Jermall Charlo because there's other channels over there that like to shame Canelo Alvarez with Jermall Charlo and Demis Andre and David Benavidez, and these are the PBC guys and stuff like that. I hate PBC because I love Canelo Alvarez. So now you got these channels that's going to vouch for Canelo Alvarez, shit on these other fighters to spin a narrative, to deliver that content, to deliver the views and sustain their subscribers, because you cannot. They can't afford. That's what it is. They can't afford to confuse their subscribers. It's not lucrative for their channel. It's just like the other side. It's not lucrative for their channel after they build up Earl Spence to talk about good about Bud Crawford. They can't talk good about Tyson Fury if they've been talking great about Deontay Wilder and make money and got rich off the Deontay Wilder content. This ain't boxing, y'all. This is to hold on to a narrative. It's Democrats, Republican. It's not about saving the community and helping the people. It's all politics. This whole YTBC shit is politics. And then when people got sniffed that money. Mike from Boston in the building. What's good? Mike from Boston. What's good? What's good? What's good? Salute, salute, salute. This ain't about boxing. And in this community is about the community. Hey, yo, ladies and gentlemen, there's more. Yo, people respect more boxing content creators than the boxers themselves. High low, dímelo. If it's Moonshine, the keeper of objectivity in the sport of boxeo. Gracias de lo mío, señor. What you want? I even think I've been slacking. I don't go in live and I don't pull in no 3-4 hours like I used to. I don't go and do 5 to 6 videos a day like I used to. You know why? Because I understand this community now. This community is not about boxing. And I'm not trying to just keep on wasting my time and put my family in the back burner to lie, to spin a bunch of narratives, just because to keep the flow going. That's what people are doing. That's what people are doing. I can even when I was doing interviews with fighters, most of my interview with fighters, people are not tuning in. If I have a live that I'm gonna go up against, I'm gonna go up against another YouTube boxing content creator that you may know, and that shit will get better views than me having an interview with a world-class fighter. The world-class fighters is the reason why we built these channels. So because of that, the people see the analytics. The boxing hosts see the analytics. You got boxing hosts right now that don't give a fuck about talking to fighters. because it doesn't help them. It slows them down. That's real. To talk to fighters actually slows their channel down. That's how bad it is in the sport of boxing. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. He said, you devalue fighters too, Punch. You said that Devin Haney's style was boring. That's not devaluing. I said that he's great. I said that he's an undisputed champion. I said for me, the entertainment value for me as a consumer, he's boring. But I keep it real and I keep it just like if we talking about anybody's skill set. It's not about that you can't hold somebody accountable. It's not that you can't critique somebody, but you could praise them and not critique them to the point where you're going to drag them down and stuff like that. And some of the content also is for a laugh. It's comical. Some of the content is comical. So you can't take a lot of the shit serious as well. And I'm not saying St. Peter's, I'm not saying this because I'm shooting my aims at everybody else. I'm in the pool too, bro. I'm not saying this to just go at people. I'm in the pool too. This is what the community has done. I am telling you, this is what the community has done. Boxing content creating is nothing but creating narratives. The subscribers push us to do that too. Because when we talking strictly about boxing, y'all don't show the motherfucking love as well. The numbers don't show up. The numbers don't show up. You know when they say, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So when there's boxing content creators, there's a lot of boxing content creators right now. Some of them are going live right now and got like 10 subscribers looking on. They talking strictly boxing. No drama, no nothing, just strictly boxing. Y'all ain't showing them no love. Y'all ain't showing them no love. So the more that shit happens, oh shit, this is what the people want. This is what the people want. They want me to shit on fighters and shit on fighters and shit on fighters. Fuck it, that's what it is. And you start enabling that type of attitude, adopting that type of attitude. Ain't nobody could tell me I'm wrong. Boxing content creating is nothing but creating narratives, delivering conspiracy theory, and igniting the emotions of two rival audience. You want to keep your channel afloat? That's what it is. People are not interested in nothing else. Shit on Haney, praise Shakur. Shit on Shakur, praise Haney. Shit on Ryan, praise Tank. Shit on Tank, praise Ryan. Shit on PBC, praise Top Rank. Shit on Al. Yo, the Al Haymon fighters, his shit don't fight enough and stuff like that. There's boxing content creators that's just going, they're going to go after PBC fighters. If you love Bud Crawford, you going after PBC fighters. You going after Al Haymon by any means necessary. You got to pick a side. Hi-lo, Mr. Moonshine, the narrative slayer. Ain't too many channels could do what I do. Ain't too many channels could talk great about Canelo Alvarez and give Jermall Charlo the benefit of the doubt. Yo, when is Jermall Charlo going to fight again? Look at the days that he hasn't fought. Let's not act like he didn't sign up to fight Canelo Alvarez. Let's not act like he didn't sign up to fight Haymon Munguia, but to keep your narrative going. Y'all don't want to mention that because y'all in that corner of hating the PBC and Jermall Charlo. Good looking out high-low. You understand what I'm trying to say? So let's say me, hey, yo, I love Canelo Alvarez, the 4th division world champion, currently super middleweight undisputed, aka Canelo, aka Cartelo, aka Payday, aka get the fuck out of here, man. Hey, yo, that's Punch from Boxing. I love yo, that Canelo. I love what you say about Canelo Alvarez. Next day, hey, yo, man, Jermall Charlo was winning the fight Canelo Alvarez. What? Punch? The fuck happened? Hell no, yo. Hell no. Jermall Charlo ain't shit. PBC ain't shit. Man, I'm subscribing, yo. You sounding like LGBC. Damn, I can't give credit to Canelo Alvarez. I can't give credit to Jermall Charlo. I got to pick a side. He said, buckle up and boxing talk. Jermall Charlo laid his own bed, Punch. Did he? Or was it the business that fucked him over? Did he, or was it the business that fucked him over? Why we just can't keep it real? Why we can't praise and hold people accountable at the same time, but yet be real with holding them accountable and be real when praising them? Why not? Why not? Why not? We talking about, let's go right quick. We talking about right now. Okay, Jermall Charlo, he is not Canelo Alvarez. He has not accomplished anything close to Canelo Alvarez. But let's not act like we have not been asking for that fight for quite some time. Whether you like Canelo Alvarez, whether you like Jermall Charlo, you know in this community that fight has been marinated longer than Canelo Alvarez and WBC before. Let's not act like there wasn't a contract by PBC on the table for Canelo Alvarez to fight Jermall Charlo, to fight David Benavidez. Now, if Canelo Alvarez wanted to go and fight WBC before, okay. If he wanted to go Triple G, the trilogy, okay. But let's not act like there was not a contract with the same amount of money to fight Jermall Charlo, and Jermall Charlo signed off to fight Canelo Alvarez and Cinco de Mayo. Is that Charlo's fault? No. Is that Charlo's fault that he signed up to fight Haymon Munguia and then Oscar de la Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions said, well, what about if the zone gets in the deal, even though when they both agreed on all the terms and the fight was going to be announced? But how about if we add the zone? Showtime said, we don't need to add the zone. What are you talking about? Maybe if you win, maybe we could have that fight at the zone. But he's the A side. We're going to do it in Showtime. Well, we've been building Haymon Munguia on the zone, and if the zone can't be a part of that, then we can have this fight. Is that Jermall Charlo's fault? Let's keep it real. He could have had two good fights, and the business of boxing fucked him over. But who we going to blame? Who do we going to blame? Jermall Charlo. You know why? Because it's lucrative in the YTBC to go against Jermall Charlo. It's lucrative. It sells. It creates views. And we're creating views. It creates money. It is not lucrative for your YouTube channel to praise Jermall Charlo. That's why people don't do it. And the Canelo narrative pushers won't keep it real on that, because they cannot confuse their subscribers. That's the truth. Jermall hasn't done anything close to his own brother. We heard that before. Buckle up boxing talk. We heard that before. That's another narrative. That's to go up against. We're so lame that we will go against Jermall Charlo in the expense of his brother. You not like your brother. You not like your brother. They're two different people, two different paths, two different opportunities. Can we hold fighters accountable? Yeah, but let's not act like the dude wasn't ready to fight the number one guy in the sport of boxing. Let's not act. Rapstar Boxing Night is the voice of the UK, London. No, the Munguia situation wasn't Jermall's fault. We all know it wasn't Jermall's fault. It was public records that wasn't Jermall's fault. But the boxing content creators don't want to keep it real because of Jermall Charlo. Giving Jermall Charlo the benefit of the doubt is not lucrative in the YTBC. It's not. And that's why people don't do it. And if I do it, what you talking about, Punch? What you talking about? What you talking about? Well, are you one of them? Are you hating? I'm not blaming Canelo Alvarez and I'm not blaming Jermall Charlo. That's the point. I'm not blaming Haymon Munguia on this one. And I'm not blaming Jermall Charlo on this one. Because it's public record that it was the powers that be that kept this fight from them. It was the powers that be that didn't want to enhance their legacy. Oh, Haymon Munguia, look who's he fighting next. He could have fought Jermall Charlo. Who put the plug on that? Was it Haymon Munguia? Hell no. But y'all support it. Y'all support the bullshit. Y'all support the narrative and the conspiracy theories. Y'all support it. So what the fuck you think boxing content creators gonna do? What you think we gonna do? We gonna feed you what you want. Bullshit. After bullshit, after bullshit, and after bullshit. That's what we gonna do. That's what boxing has become. There ain't no boxing talk no more. There ain't no boxing talk no more. Ain't nothing to fucking talk about. A worldwide sport. But y'all don't want to talk about nothing else. Because y'all don't want to show up. This is a boxing content creator right now. I'm going to tell you what a boxing content creator going to do. They on Twitter right now. I'm going to show you what a boxing content creator going to do. Gervonta Tank Davis. Let me see what he said. 22 hours. He ain't say shit. Ryan Garcia. Let me see what he gonna say. Shit, man. He ain't say shit either, man. What the fuck, man? We need some news. Mike Coppinger. Motherfucker don't got no news either, man. Still Jermall Charlo. Shit, man. We running out of motherfucking news. Deontay Wilder don't say shit. Devin Haney got me blocked. I say Teofimo Lopez. He's still talking about the Regis, man. He haven't dropped anything. God damn, man. Fuck. And now there's the boxing content creators right now. Shit. What else to talk about? Fuck it. Let's talk about Bud Crawford and Earl Spence once again. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. That's the only shit we could talk about right now. Mark Nash in the building. What's good, Mark? What's good? What's good, Concept? Is it hating or is it gossip? Gossip punch. I think it's both. It's both. Hating sells. Gossip is what we do. Gossip hating. That's what we do. How about that? It's both. Gossip hating. Gossip hating. We got nothing to talk about, man. It's nothing to talk about. Boxing content creators is beating their heads up on what we need to talk about. So it's so for me not to spin you a narrative, I'm telling you how the shit goes. I could tell you that's it. It's not about boxing. Boxing content creators, there's lack of fights equals more narrative pushing and conspiracy theories. People ain't even talking about Gervonta Tank Davis versus Hector Garcia. They're talking about Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. They wasn't talking about Jermall Charlo versus Tim Zhu. They're talking about Jermall Charlo and Bud Crawford. High, low, dime love is moonshine, el adobo, el sazón, el borracho, el pastor de boxeo. It's narrative pushing. Good looking out, mi hermano. People don't really hate Teofimo Lopez. They just know that hating Teofimo Lopez is good conversation. It's good content, right? Hey, yo, Teofimo Lopez, he lost to Sando Martin. But motherfucker, why y'all ain't talking about Sando Martin versus Regis Prograis? If y'all really believe that Sando Martin won, why y'all don't talk about Sando Martin versus Josh Taylor? If y'all really talking about Sando Martin, why y'all don't talk about Devin Haney moving up and using the WBC belt to fight Sando Martin or something like that? Why you don't talk about Barbosa and Sando Martin? Why you haven't heard about Sando Martin? Because the lucrative narrative is to say Teofimo Lopez lost and he can't fight and he's not ready for Regis Prograis. He got mental illness or his children or his family or fire the father. What about Sando Martin? Why you don't want to talk about Sando Martin? Since he beats Teofimo Lopez, in your opinion, why you don't talk about Sando Martin? Where is your content creator with Sando Martin? You know why you don't talk about him? Because he brings no views. Because in reality, y'all didn't want to vouch for Sando Martin. He brings nothing to your channel. He brings nothing to the traffic. There is no money in Sando Martin. Do a video of Sando Martin right now. If Sando Martin beat Teofimo Lopez like y'all all claim he did, why there is not a bunch of channels talking about Sando Martin and Regis Prograis as the best fight in 140-pound division? Why not? Why are we not talking about that? Because y'all know y'all faked it. Y'all faking the funk. Mark Nash said, let's just be honest. Many of these content creators aren't creative. They repeat whatever the YouTube daddy says. The narrative pimps and everybody's becoming a narrative hoe. Facts. Facts. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I backed off. I ain't giving y'all no 6-7 videos. I'm not being in the live for 6-7 hours like I used to be talking about boxing. Ain't nothing a motherfucker talk about. And anybody that's talking, they ain't talking shit. Ain't nothing in boxing right now. Ain't nothing in boxing. I love boxing, but ain't nothing in boxing. You just got a channel and you got to keep it going. You got to keep it going. You got to give him something. You got to give him something. If it's nothing, if it's one word, if Earl Spence, if somebody writes to Earl Spence and he put an emoji, we're going to be having a video about that emoji. Oh, yo, they said he ducking Earl. If somebody says Earl Spence ducking Bud Crawford and Earl Spence has an emoji like this with the hand like that, everybody going to be talking about that hand. Oh, you heard? This is the video. So Earl Spence tweeted that he's praising ducking Bud Crawford. And then we're going to talk about that shit for 2-3 hours about that one emoji. That's how sad boxing talk is. Twitter, man. If it wasn't for Twitter, man, we don't know what we talking about. I don't know. Mr. Moo Shine himself. The keep of objectivity in boxing. They're looking now high low. Martin said, I rewatched the Lopez fight and I had T.O. win by 1 point. Martin wasn't busy enough. Facts. They don't want to say that, Mark, though, because it's better to say Teofimo Lopez lost to Sando Martin. He didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? He got mental illness. He should take care of the mental illness. But when Ryan Garcia said that he needed to take a break from mental illness, people was calling him weak. When he took a break, you said he pulled out. People said he pulled out of a fight. So now let's say Devin Haney in an interview is saying, you know, Teofimo Lopez just take his time off. Let's say Teofimo Lopez said, yeah, I'm going to take my time off. You see, he weak. You got Javante Davis saying that people use mental illness as an excuse. So which narrative you going to believe? Is going to be weak? Is he weak for having mental illness and still stepping in the ring? Is he weak because he got mental? What y'all want? People just waiting there. What he going to do? Because any decision that he make, you still going to go after him. Hey, yo, fire the father. How about if Teofimo Lopez does fire his father? Hey, yo, man, he's unloyal to his dad, yo. He's fucking being like Master P's son, unloyal, man. He took him to the top, yo. Teofimo Lopez Sr., you know what I'm saying? He made him become champion at 15. That all that shit that y'all don't want to take right now. Let's say Teofimo Lopez does fire the father. Let's say that. He fired his dad. Y'all gonna spin that around and be like, in all reality, it wasn't his father because Teofimo Lopez Sr. was actually giving him good instruction in the Sando Martin fight. It was Teofimo Lopez that wasn't listening. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's be real. Teofimo Lopez is popular and talking about him bring his supporters and his haters to your platform. And that's what I said, Mark Nash. That's what I said. I said that boxing content creator is all about conspiracy theories, creating narratives, and igniting the emotions of two rival audience. That's it. That's boxing content creator. It has nothing to do with boxing. Has nothing to do with logical and objective. It has nothing to do with boxing. Has nothing to do with boxing. Motherfuckers, we over here. Hey, yo, I see channels for a whole year talking about the money issues with Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. Y'all don't know how much these fighters make. Shut the fuck up. Even the money that's reported, man, that's not the money that they making, motherfucker. You ain't never gonna know how much these fighters make. Unless if they tell you you're a cousin, their brother, their sons, or something like that, and you see a check, you ain't never gonna know how much these fighters make. You think what they report to the commission is the purse that they getting, the money that they getting? Oh, you crazy? You don't know how boxing works. Boxing ain't gonna tell you how it works. That's why boxing is the way that it is behind the scenes. And they laughing. Hey, fighters be laughing when they hear people talk about their own money. Yo, you know what I'm saying? And Bud Crawford sold 120K. Oh, really? It was just 120K, right? What the 000, no one's in it, huh? Hey, yo, he said we're gonna get $10 million. He only reported 2 million, so he only got 2 million. Right. That's basically an opinion journalism. There ain't no more journalism in the sport of boxing. Journalism is us. There ain't no real journalism in the sport of boxing. Whatever my competition could get a news that I could get a news. My competition don't know shit that I know. Dan Raphael may not know shit that I know, and I don't know what I don't know a couple of the certain exclusive shit that Dan Raphael knows. We all journalists in the sport of boxing. This is open season. This ain't the NBA. These boxers are coming to us. We are their voices, really. And guess what? They know it. I said that earlier, Mark. I said that earlier. People would rather us beef with each other than interview a world-class fighter. If I have Maxie, I'm gonna interview Maxie Hughes tomorrow. I'm gonna beef, but tomorrow I'm gonna beef with Blue Blood Sports TV. Who you gonna watch? What's more interesting? Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV anyway, man. I'm just saying it for example. You gonna want to watch that shit, right? How many times I get DMs and emails, people forwarding me video, yo, Punch, did you hear what Dante Boxing Nation say? What you gonna say? I ain't gonna say shit, motherfucker. You think I'm gonna take away from my family to talk about this dude and watch a video? I didn't even watch this guy's channel. Why are you forwarding me this channel? Why you want me to do your dirty work? No, because I was just saying, you know what I'm saying? You know, he be going against Latino. What the fuck you think? I'm the Latino monitor? I'm Latino, but I ain't doing y'all dirty work, man. How about you create your channel and go after that man? If it lands on my shit and it feels like it's going viral and stuff like that, and I may not like it, I think it's igniting an emotion that's not healthy for the community, I might say something. But I ain't build my channel because of another channel. Y'all born motherfuckers. Y'all want beef. Y'all want motherfuckers to dock people out here. Motherfuckers, y'all gonna get, for your entertainment, one day y'all gonna get somebody killed out here, bro. I'm gonna say it like that. And that shit is gonna happen soon. God forbid. But somebody gonna get stabbed up and killed. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Y'all gonna be like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. This is just boxing. I'll tell you like this. I don't know when, but it's gonna happen one day because y'all want that entertainment. Y'all want that entertainment. So, but I've been through that shit here in this community. Motherfuckers docking people in fucking a boxing talk. People docking people over boxing talk, bro. Boxing talk. Boxing talk. I ain't even a celebrity out here, bro. How to do panhandling in front of a controller. Come on, man. Shit is getting y'all like to be hustled and shit like that. That's why I did that poll one day. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck y'all want me to really talk about? Cause I remember when I started my channel, I was talking about up and coming fighters. When I started my channel, I was also talking about up and coming fighters that's actually the elite fighters today. I was talking about T. I was talking about Boots Ennis. I was talking about Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis, he was not even pro. I was talking about Andy Cruz. I was talking about Virgil Ortiz. I was talking about Josh Kelly. I was talking about these guys when it was coming to the professional level. It was fun. I'm talking about Ben Whitaker. I'm talking about Gary Cully. Y'all not interested in that. Y'all not interested in boxing talk. Y'all not interested in y'all interested in recycling content. Y'all interested in the narrative and people debunking narratives. And then y'all mind is so much into the narrative and the book and the narrative. Hey, yo, today I dropped the video. Shout out to Kid Austin as well. I dropped the video today. And most other people that commented, if you look at what I was replying, I said, did you watch the video? There was even people saying, Oh, I ain't watched the video. I just listened to your live the other day. Motherfucker, you comment on the video about, and you ain't even listen to the whole video. There's people out here that see the thumbnail, see the title, and be like, what the fuck? And just comment. They ain't even see the video. They ain't see the video. I did the Al Haymon video. I said, stop blaming Al Haymon. You know why I say? Because that's a narrative, bro. All the promoters do a good job and a bad job. All the promoters lose a good opportunity in showcasing a fight that we want to see. All of them. All of them. We didn't get Jermall Charlo versus Haymon Mugia because of Golden Boy. We didn't get Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence. You could blame that shit on Bud. You could blame that shit on Al. You could blame that shit on Earl Spence. You could blame the Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. You could blame it on Matchroom. You could blame it on Al. You could blame it that the Teofimo Lopez needed to go to Persbit because Top Rank didn't want to pay him the money after the Lomachenko fight. You could blame that shit on them. You could blame it on Top Rank why Shakur Stevenson has the potential to become undisputed and fighting Cordina and fighting Gutierrez and Bobby Arim. Top Rank said, you know what? We don't want to pay for that fight. Who's going to watch it? Who's going to pay for it? You going to pay for it, motherfucker. But who you going to blame? Who you going to blame? We want these guys to go to legacy, but right in front of our faces, the powers that be don't want him to attain legacy. Shakur Stevenson could very well be undisputed in the super featherweight division when he wanted to. Bobby Irene told the whole world in front of your face, we ain't paid for him to become an undisputed. It's a waste of time. This is where we head into the sport of boxing. So I understand the frustration of the boxing fans. I understand now that the boxing fans want to piss on boxing. I understand why the boxing fans want to urinate on boxing. I understand that the boxing fans don't respect the sport, don't respect the fighter like the way they used to respect it when they was hometown heroes. I understand that. I understand that. Boxing do it to themselves as well. Just like I said, less fights creates more narratives, more conspiracy theories, because there's nothing to talk about in the sport of boxing. Ioka going to be fighting Joshua Franco. Who wants to talk about it? Who wants to talk about it? Who wants to create it? Who wants to do a live about it? Or they know that creating a live is a waste of time for their views. Nobody going to support it. Nobody going to send some donations. They ain't going to make money off of it because they ain't no views. So why talk about it? Boom. Because y'all ain't going to support it either. Y'all ain't going to support it. I don't watch women boxing. I don't watch women boxing. But the woman is fighting the best, We saw Savannah Marshall versus Clarissa Shields in 1 year that's in the same year that we see Savannah that we seen Serrano versus Katie Taylor. The same year that we saw Jessica McCaskill versus Chantel Cameron. The same year. The best fighting the best, the best fighting the best, the best fighting the best. That's like watching Alexander Usyk versus Tyson Fury, Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence, fucking Inoue versus Stephen Fulton in the same year. I don't watch women boxing. Women boxing ain't know that shit to me. The UFC people don't think like that. The UFC respect Zhang versus JJ. They respected Ronda Rousey. That's why Ronda Rousey was getting $15 million a fight. Not $15 million in a fight, but she got some $15 million somewhere. She was getting that moolah. She was getting money. She was getting more than fucking fighters. The boxers. There's certain boxers. Yeah, she was getting that money. She's still cashing in. Yo, I don't like Jake Paul, yo. I don't like it. This shit some clown shit. Motherfucker, I don't respect the fucking elite fighters anyway. How you gonna say that Jake Paul for coming to sport of boxing, stealing the budget money and capitalizing off boxing? You don't support Bud Crawford anyway. You said that he ain't that his undisputed is the weakest. He ain't fight nobody. That's what y'all say. So you want to shit on Jake Paul? You fucking devalue all these fighters. That's why they're coming into this fucking world of boxing and people not paying attention to the YouTubers. Us, yes. KSI doing better numbers than Conor Ben in the UK. KSI, what was it? KSI fought Logan Paul. And on the undercard, it was Billy Joe Saunders, Devin Haney, Wasn't that embarrassing that a YouTuber was headlining a boxing bout with good fighters, won a champion named Billy Joe Saunders? We're so fake as well. And then we go live to watch the Jake Paul. We buy the pay-per-view. And everybody gonna go live. Yo, why Mayweather's doing this? And you go live to do the Mayweather. And you go live to do the Manny Pacquiao exhibition. Come on, man. This is about selling, man. Ain't nobody really want to talk about the sport of boxing, man. Ain't nobody talk about the sport of boxing. Shout out to the 52 people looking on right now. See, you know what the thing is? I'm stupid. I'm stupid, but I'm prideful at the same time. I'm stupid and I'm prideful at the same time. Because, to be honest, I could hustle the shit out of all y'all motherfuckers. And I know how to do it. I know how to do it with boxing content creators. That's the sad part. That's the stupid shit that somebody else from the outside be like, hey, yo, my man. Even some other boxing content creators will be like, hey, yo, Punch, why you don't do this and this and that and say this, man? Fuck everybody else. See, the thing is, to be honest, I can only do things that I'm passionate about. It's not about the money or nothing like that. I love doing the boxing content creator because I love boxing. And I thought this community, because of course I was still a rookie at the time, I thought this community was about boxing. So it was interesting pouring out what I'm educated about and educating myself with fellow boxing fans. Yo, this other boxing content creator that got this hustle shit down pack. And guess what? I could hustle the fuck out y'all, bro. I could make this channel straight Canelo Alvarez. I could pick one corner and make it straight Canelo Alvarez and flame everybody that's their name is attached to Canelo Alvarez. Or I could pick another side. I could pick the Earl Spence side or the Gervonta Tank Davis side and flame the fuck out of Ryan Garcia because he got enough fans that's going to capitalize from it. If Manny Pacquiao was out and Floyd Mayweather was out, I just pick one of them, whichever one. I could flame Manny Pacquiao knowing that all the Manny Pacquiao fans are going to watch my channel. Or I could praise Manny Pacquiao because they got a loyal fan base. I could hustle the fuck out y'all just like these other channels is hustling y'all. But I actually like talking about boxing and enjoying giving great boxing on creativity, delivering great boxing on content, unbiased, logically, and objectively. It's like I had a comment today. I say, yo, my man, I think you're the only unbiased boxing channel. I'm glad that I found your channel. Because as much that you may hate one guy, I could find the good in that. I could say that Canelo Alvarez is the man, but I could also say that, man, you know what? Canelo Alvarez had a potential to become undisputed if he would have fought Demetrius Andre. I know y'all don't like Demetrius Andre, though. But I could talk good about Demetrius Andre and talk good about Canelo Alvarez. So when Canelo Alvarez see me in person, man, we cool. And if Demetrius Andre see me in person, I could show my face. I could walk around all these motherfuckers. A lot of boxing channels right here, y'all can't walk around these fighters. There's Canelo and maybe one or two more, but it's not like it was. It was. You just got to wait for the fight. It is. You just got to wait for the fight. Canelo Alvarez right now is not active, so of course it's not lucrative right now. But once it ramps up, and it's Canelo Alvarez and David Benavidez, you got to pick a side now. What's going to be lucrative? What's going to be lucrative? It's a hustle, bro. Do y'all want boxing talk or you want to be hustled? Or maybe being hustled is actually entertaining to y'all. It's like when you in the hood, bro, and you know that selling drugs is bad. But then when you see how much money you making, you could deal with the consequences, or you think that you could deal with the consequences, but you in it for the money now. You know that selling drugs is bad, but that the flow of that money. So all these boxing content creators, I know they boxing fans. They started their channel being boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? Just want to keep it real. Or maybe they wasn't listening to somebody else and they figured, you know what, I want to do my own channel. I know my boxing. Then they drop that one video, they drop that one live, or they drop that one content, and then that money start flowing. They'd be like, whoa. Or that video that gives them that view. Whoa. Shit, I've been respecting all the fighters and shit like that. But damn, when I made a video for this motherfucker, this shit bring me a lot of videos. Yo, I'm proud. I'm proud that last year, one of my best viewership was Rigondeaux and Floyd Schofield, aka Kid Austin. I'm proud that my most viewed video was Rigondeaux, that was 300K, and Kid Austin that went above 100K. I'm more proud of that because it's easy to do a Manny Pacquiao. It's easy to do a Canelo. It's easy to do a Deontay Wilder or Tyson or making fun of Deontay Wilder. That's lucrative as well. It's easy with the Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia shit. It's easy to do that. I know the fan bases. Everybody else knows the fan bases. But it's hard. It's great that even one of my best videos, but one of my best interviews was Keyshawn Davis. I'm more proud that my shit is balanced. I'm more proud that I could get numbers with Demetrius Andre and get numbers with Canelo Alvarez. Get numbers with Jermall Charlo and get numbers with Canelo Alvarez. Get numbers with David Benavidez and still get numbers with Canelo Alvarez. And the content could be respectful. And sometimes I could hold them accountable. A lot of motherfuckers can't do that. They scared. But it's a hustle. So, like, we got to respect the hustle. We got to respect the hustle. I respect the hustle. You know why I respect the hustle? Even before, I used to be like, oh, this channel, this channel, that. Me and other channels, we go back and forth. We don't even need to go back and forth. Let's just be real. Let's be real. It don't matter. You could tell the people that you're going to hustle them and they still going to buy it. It's like you selling dope. They don't care. The dope dealer going to buy it. I mean, the dope head going to buy it. The crackhead, you going to sell it to a crackhead. The crackhead going to buy it. Yeah, you bad for selling a crack. He dumb for using crack. I think that channel should just say what it is. Motherfucker, this is my channel. I'm only gonna be talking about this and this and that and that shit. People still gonna subscribe to it. Ain't no other motherfucking channel gonna fuck my flow. I can't fuck up the flow of another channel as well. That's just gonna create buzz. If you want channels to go after each other, it's just gonna create buzz. Now there's gonna be another channel gonna be like, hey, yo, I ain't gonna say nothing about Punch because I got better numbers and stuff like that. I can't say shit about Punch because I don't want them to catch a flow. So then with some people, I got an advantage. I can say something about you. You can't say something about me because if you say something about me, you got enough subscribers. If you say something about me, they're going to understand that this delivery is serious and I'll smoke your ass and they're going to find the truth. Motherfucker, I got a delivery. I talk fast and I'm motherfucking funny. I'm a fucking triple threat motherfucker. And I'm intellect in the sport of boxing. We got to come with some heat. Motherfuckers know they can't fuck with me in this shit. Motherfuckers know they can't fuck with me in this shit. You got to be fast. You got to be funny. You got to have some boxing intellect. You got to have knowledgeable, and you got to be credible. Motherfuckers, it ain't easy fucking with punch on boxing. Ain't easy. Dímelo, señor. Ain't easy. You ain't fast like that. You actually understand the sport more than skin deep. I understand the sport, and I understand the behind the scenes of the sport. Even people in the sport of boxing can't be like, they can't push this button. They can't push this button because they know what I know. People know what I'm talking about. People in the boxing know what I'm talking about. You can't push my button. You can't even cross me. Blue Bloods knows the sport. Shout out to Blue Bloods, man. One of the hardest working guys in the YTBC. Shout out to Showbiz. Shout out to Showbiz. Showbiz no game. He know this shit. He knew right from the back. He knew right from the front. I ain't fucking with all y'all motherfuckers over here, man. I'm staying in my lane. I don't even want to fuck with y'all motherfuckers. I don't want to do no fucking features. Nah, I don't want to do no collab. I don't want my people to mingle with your people. I just want my people. I understood that about Showbiz. So that's a Showbiz. A few people over here that know the fucking game. There's a lot of people out there, man, that they no matter whatever they pushing, but they consistent and they do it good. Fanon, shout out to Fanon. Fanon know how to work his shit. Fanon know how to hustle. Motherfuckers like Trail Boxing Talk. Motherfucker know how to hustle. Oh yeah, you gonna watch him. Oh y'all hate 78? Oh yeah, he gonna hustle. You gonna watch 78. You gonna watch him. He gonna make you talk about him. I ain't even know too much about him. I just knew him because he did the Deontay Wilder shit. I didn't even know who's the leader of the group. Ellie, in terms of outside, like not just doing boxing content, he's probably the biggest hustler in the motherfucking in this boxing shit. But I'm not gonna say that he's the YTBC. You know what I'm saying? He don't do the live and he don't do none of that shit like that. But Ellie, he a hustler. Michelle Phelps, esa tipo una montra. She could be in this country today and then the next day in this country and then gonna fly to LA and do fucking 5. do 3 media days, 3 medias in one day. Nah. People know. People know the groups. People know these channels. That's why I can mention these channels, because people know. At the end of the day, people you may not like them, but they do a good job for their audience. They do a good job for their audience. Whether they're going to hustle the audience. What you think? They grown ass men. You think they're going over here? You think motherfuckers? Let me tell you like this. These motherfuckers out here is grown ass men with families. Some of these motherfuckers got grandkids. You think they're going to be here for fun? Nah. That was in the beginning, y'all. That shit was in the beginning. That shit was in the beginning when people, I love boxing and stuff like that. Nah. Wait. Once you hold on. These motherfuckers will just bite on everything. These, the subscribers ain't even that loyal no more like that. The subscribers are only loyal to that content that they subscribe to. They loyal to that content that they subscribe to. They ain't subscribe to you. They subscribe to that content. They subscribe to that particular content. So there's some people that respects me for what I do. They could agree and disagree with something content, but they respect me. There's some people that only respects me if I do a TO content, or if I do, or if I make fun of Haymon, or if I talk great about Canelo, or if I talk good about Wilder or critique Wilder or something like that. There's some people that just are subscribers for that particular content. The day that you say something that they don't like, they unsubscribe. That's why I always kept it unbiased, logically, and objectively. Max Kellerman just needs to drop. Nah, I don't like Max Kellerman. Force, I literally cannot watch for none. The other guy legit. If ESPN just cover boxing, I'll probably only watch Easy Route, you, and WCCS. Kellerman is the GOAT. Nah, man. For me, Kellerman is he an ESPN guy. I know Kellerman. Kellerman is a master of the English language. That's it. To be honest, Kellerman is just a master of the English language. I noticed Kellerman. Kellerman just know how to talk. He know how to speak intellect. He's a trained talker. But I've listened to Kellerman. This is what it is. It's that one time I seen Kellerman in 31st Street, and I asked him about Deontay Wilder and Gary Russell Jr., and he didn't even know who the fuck they was. And I said, damn, Max Kellerman, you a boxing guy. How don't you know who these guys are? And then I noticed this. This is what I noticed. Max Kellerman don't follow boxing. Max Kellerman has a team. He has a show on a Thursday, and he has a team to prep Max Kellerman about what he's going to talk about. That's almost like if I'm just not doing shit and I'm doing something else, and I have my own team to do all my research for me, and then I have a show tonight. I'm gonna do a live at 7:30, prep me at 3 o'clock, what to talk about, educate myself real quick, and boom, I got something to say. That's why I feel Kellerman at this stage of his career he is. Dímelo, Weird TV. What's good, Weird TV? What's good, my brother? ¿Cómo está? ¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué lo que? Boxing with Frank. What's good, Frank? What's good, my brother? What's good, man? Matter of fact, let's send the link. Let's send the link, man. Let's send the link. I want to talk about this. Let me know what y'all feel about what I'm talking about. Let me know what y'all feel what I'm talking about, man. If y'all want to jump in, and chop it up right quick, my fault for the members and stuff like that. You know, I usually send it for the members so y'all can become a member. And so I'm going to say it like this, man. I'm sending the link, but in reality, man, I usually do for the members. If y'all want to support the channel, become a member, bro. Become a member. You know what I'm saying? If y'all respect the grind, let me know y'all respect the grind. Let me know y'all respect the channel. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the channel. Epic C in the building. What's good, brother, man? How's everything, man? Hope business is doing good, picking up. Hope is picking up, my brother. He's a media personality, not a boxing expert. Fact. That's the way that I see it. That's the way I see Max Kellerman now. I'm not saying that before he didn't know boxing, but now he's a media personality. That's what it is. Hey, how about this? There's people that's a YouTube personality now. It's not even about boxing no more. Rapstar Boxing Knowledge in the building. What's good, Rapstar? Subscribe to Rapstar. I'm trying to keep myself not from loving it, but I'm losing love of talking boxing in this community, to be honest. Because I don't want to create I don't want to create a narrative. That shit is fucking whack. It's boring. It's a lie. It's a lie. I just want to be unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. That's it. That's enough. I'm creating enough. You know what I'm saying? Frankie, my friend.
Yo, what's up, Punch?
What's good, bro? What's good, man?
Nothing, man. Just digging the topic.
Talk to me, man. What was for how long you been listening?
For like 20 minutes. Well, for like an hour, but I've been off and on because I had to do some stuff. But
so what you think? You know what I'm saying in this boxing, and I don't know, what you got? You got a TV on?
Yeah, my bad. Let me get away from it. Can you hear me better? Sorry.
Yeah. I don't want to get flagged and you watching some.
Oh
X and double X porno and shit.
Nah, not even.
So yeah, man. Look, let's be real. Let's be honest. Ain't nothing in boxing right now.
Right.
So whatever people's talking about is recycling content, pulling their shit out their ass or something like that. They really nobody want to talk about and no pun intended. Unfortunate people don't want to talk about Ioka and Franco. The reason why is not that it's a bad fight. The reason why that is not going to bring no views. When no views, not going to bring no money. So now everybody is watered down. Everybody is watered down to the recycling content. Everybody is watered down and just looking at Twitter and see what we could find off of Javante Tank Davis tweet, off of Bud Crawford tweet, off of this. Oh, let's come with a conspiracy theory that I don't know if Jermall Charlo's injury is really real. He need to show proof. I don't know if Earl Spence car accident was really a real car accident. Maybe he ain't want to fight Keith from Tom Thurman. And what do you see in this community? Do you see? Are we talking boxing?
Yeah, I'm a fan first and foremost. Like we've talked before, I'm a fan. I try to be a knowledgeable fan, and you've seen me on social media. I go against everybody. Like I'm not a Bud fan, a Spence fan. I'm not a PBC fan or a Top Rank fan. I just want legit talk. Like I want to talk with boxing people, boxing heads. Like sometimes me and you disagree, but I respect you because at least you're honest. That's the one thing I can say about Punch. If anybody listens, he tells you the truth. I've never seen you try to lie or, disrespect anybody unless they come crazy at you.
Oh yeah. But it's true. It's true. I agree. We agree and disagree all the time. But it's good when you could respect and understand when you breaking your shit down. And even though I may disagree, but if you breaking it down like what you believe, then it's respectable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we have those conversations, but it's hard. Like what you're talking, it's hard to find a knowledgeable boxing fan that you feel is going to not pick sides and tell you the truth. Now, I'm a fan of Canelo, but I'm not going to be a Canelo fanboy. And I don't want to say no names here, but there's some really just awful people in the YTBC. You know who I'm talking about? That mentally ill person that hates Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
And dudes be talking about pulling up and
but put it this way. Southpaw was here that one time, and I was saying that I know exactly what he's doing. And he's like, see, you know what I'm talking about. I'm hustling these people. I know what he's saying. I know if I'm gonna talk shit about Canelo Alvarez, I get my money in talking shit of Canelo Alvarez. He told and when he was here, I'm like, it ain't even fun to go at him because I know what he's doing. He's igniting an emotion and he's capitalizing off of it. And if you build your channel, you think all of a sudden he's gonna be like, all right, let me lose money and let me start praising Canelo after I build my channel off going at Canelo Alvarez being highly disrespectful. I'm just not gonna be a churchgoer and be evangelical. That's it. And that's what it's not only him, he just has his own way of delivering, but it's everybody, it's other people got that same niche.
Yeah, and it's on both sides. It's the PBC people against the DAZN people, and the DAZN people versus the the PBC people. I refuse to be a part of any of that. And we've had these conversations, and that's what I mean. We'll disagree about like the Teofimo, right?
Yeah,
that was a big topic, and it seemed like everybody came out of the woodworks to hate Teofimo for literally no reason. I couldn't understand the reason. I've seen people hate certain fighters, but it seems like certain fighters get hated on more than others.
Yeah, because it's lucrative.
Yeah, there you go. Now, someone accused me of not. Look, I'll be honest with you. I told you I'm not a Haney fan. But it's only because he started it first, right? I don't want to sound like a child. He started it, but he started those narratives. And me and I watched all your videos. I went like 2 years back to find the truth about the TO Undisputed thing. Yeah. Because I got into it with a well-known YouTuber on his channel about was that legit? And I had to go through like hours of research. Like that's the type of fan I am,
Yeah.
So that's what makes it hard to listen to channels and people, because it's like, man, who's really telling the truth? But I mean, dude, I wanted to make content, but now I'm kind of disheartened. I don't really want to make content because it, like you said, it seems pointless because you have to pick a side.
Exactly. It's not even it's this. It's like me. I did this content. I didn't know what monetization was. I didn't know what super chat was. I didn't know what StreamYard was. I could even be real. I was doing it live, and I was with it was H Money used to be on my live. He said, "Yo, you know StreamYard and shit
Dude,
like
he's the
that."
worst. I'm sorry.
But and I know, but what I'm saying is, I keep it real because everything is all here. It's all in my channel, so I keep it. It ain't no lie. I didn't know really too much about it. Look, I could have monetized my channel like 5 months before I monetized, but I didn't know nothing about it. So if I know nothing about it, I was doing off this shit just because I was loving it, just creating boxing content. I was creating like 5, 7 videos a day, bro. When I used to go live, man, I'm going 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12 hours. Just talking and debating and stuff like that. But that was just in the beginning because I felt like this was a hardcore. It's something like is like a club. Is a hardcore boxing fans. You can't find hardcore boxing fans outside anymore. You know what I'm saying? You just my friends they only watch football, basketball, baseball. That's it. They don't know nothing about no fucking boxing. And then when I talk about my peoples, my friends, they be like, "Yo, you heard about this kid?" They don't even know Javon Davis' name. They be like, "Hey, yo, Mayweather fighter, versus Ryan Garcia. Yo, what you think about Jake Paul?" On some casual shit. You know what I'm saying? They even know the UFC more than boxing, you know?
Yeah, well, that's how I found your channel. Like I said, I found your channel because I was going through the that Loma vacating the whole thing, and I guess you did a series of videos talking with Bill Haney. So that's how I started following you. You know, so I really try to do my due diligence on any topic I talk about. Like I'm a fan because like when you talk about Boo Boo, like how the fuck am I supposed to know that Canelo didn't fill out paperwork, and how am I supposed to know if it's true or not?
Yeah, because and that's what I'm saying is like, see, it's like I'm not going. I'm one of the few channels that I've seen. I see my own shit too. I'm one of the few channels that I could praise Canelo Alvarez for all the shit that he done, but I could also say this about Demise Andre. Now, some people gonna be like, "Oh, because I did an interview with Demise Andre." Hey, yo, you could go to one of my first videos. It's been Demetrius Andre and Canelo Alvarez. I was talking the same shit I'm talking about today. I was talking about back then. But this is also a problem that people have here too, because you're a boxing content creator. They see you move up. And guess when moving up, who gives you more credibility? When these fighters actually give you credibility. These motherfuckers out here in this community get jealous because fighters start showing me love. How about forget about saying, "Hey, yo, Punch, you a fanboy of him, or you a fanboy of that"? What about why you don't say that these fighters are actually fans of Punch Run Boxing?
Well, I think they'll feel they'll lose credibility. Like going to these channels because, like, if I was managing a boxer, I wouldn't recommend going to this shit. Like, all they're gonna get is hate, and if they say anything, it's gonna be used against them.
But it's like, and I noticed it's like it was when Jermall Charlo after his in the press conference with the Brian Castano after the Brian Castano first fight, and he said, "Yo, Punch Run Boxing, I heard about you, man. I like your stuff, man. I respect you." Yo, people started hating, bro. People was, and you would think like, shit, yo. I think that's one of my that was one of my first official like media credential. You know what I'm saying? I drove to Texas, bro. I ain't even took a plane. I drove to Texas, bro. You know what I'm saying? Give the people to deliver the content, and yo, I didn't even know that he. You never know that. I always used to say that, yo, fighters be looking at your shit. Fighters look at this shit because we're the only ones talking about them. But then when he said that, I'm like, yo, shit, that's what's up. Oh, you only talk good about Jermall Charlo because he gave you props. Man, nah, because look what the fuck he's doing. And yeah, he gave me props, motherfucking human. What the fuck you think I'm going to shit on, motherfucker that respects my work? I didn't do this for you. I did this to preserve the sport of boxing, to preserve the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, not to preserve your enable what you think about the sport of boxing as a fan. You as a fan, no, I'm doing this for fighters. That's who I respect. This is why I it's called Punch Run Boxing for the fighters in the sport. But people found people was jealous, bro.
Yeah, man, you definitely do it out of passion because, like I said, I thought about it and I was like, dude, it's a cesspool. There's really like, why the fuck would I follow boxing as a joke? I've told you that
Yeah,
boxing is a joke, and I'm
yeah,
relatively new to this community. This shit is a joke.
it is.
It
I,
can't be taken seriously.
and that's the messed up thing. It is a joke, bro. And look, it's like when I was with the WBO last year, and I was talking to Paco, and when he said the people in YouTube they all idiots, and then the guy at the WBC say, oh no, this is Punch Boxing. He's good. He got his YouTube channel, and he's like. But you know what I mean. All these people that these idiots, they don't know nothing about the sport of boxing. The business of boxing is none of your business. Straight like that.
Yeah,
Cause I asked him because he didn't want to be interviewed, right? But I was having the conversation. You know what I'm saying? And I wish he would have gave me that interview. I wish I would have recorded because in our conversation, I was with the WBC ambassador and WBO president Paco, and I said, and that was the week of Teofimo Lopez and George Cambosa, and we was in the restaurant in the hotel, and I asked him, Paco, you consider Teofimo Lopez undisputed because I was with the WBC guy too, and he was like he's undisputed. And then Paco said everybody knows that Teofimo Lopez is undisputed. So my follow-up question says, also, what do you think? What do you say? Because people say that is not in the WBO website, and that's what he said. Look, the people in YouTube, they all idiots. The boxing business is none of the fans' business. Everybody here knows that Teofimo Lopez is undisputed.
that sounds like some shady shit to say, but
It, it
that's what a cocky motherfucker would say, though.
but the thing it is, but this is what I also tell the people that don't believe everything that's in the surface. Don't
Right.
believe the behind the scene boxing is a whole different world, bro. And anybody that know that gets these conversational exclusive behind the scenes, if you think that that YouTube and all this and this shit on the surface is like drama and all that shit, it's more interesting behind the scenes, bro. It's more uglier and nastier behind the scenes, and it's more entertainment behind the scenes. And that's why I said I wish, because right there it would have debunked everything. If I would have had Paco say that shit in camera, it would have debunked a lot of shit that people were saying. When he said everybody knows he's undisputed.
Yeah, I think it would help. I mean, what, like you said, that's something that needs to be said. But he's telling you that it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Like it helps drive the content, but then at the same time, um, you can't say it
Last
for
year it
whatever
was them.
reason.
It was the WBC and the WBO that was telling me that they're emerging, that they're doing business with each other, that they want to do interim, that the winners will be fighting for the WBC interim and WBO, the intercontinental, the regional titles. Lately, what you have seen, what you saw, look at even Teofimo Lopez. What you saw, he won the WBO and the WBC. Look at Luis Neri, a WBO and a WBC. And I know this shit for a year. And they was trying to say that what they was trying to say is that they're trying to find a way to work together. And they wanted to mandate Bud Crawford and Earl Spence. They was trying to make the fight. And both of these guys, the WBC and WBO, the WBC and the WBO told me, said that they feel like what they're doing to Bud Crawford is unfair. So when I heard both of the belt federations say it, that they trying to make the fight, and they told me that was on November of last year, and say that that Earl Spence is looking another way. That was November. 4 months later, Earl Spence is fighting Ugas. So I already knew that Bud Crawford or Earl Spence was not going to be fighting from November of last year.
Well, I think anybody who knew boxing and actually follows boxing knew that fight was never going to happen.
But then what does the boxing content creators do?
Well, they
For
want to
1 year.
blame. They want to have a fall guy. You need somebody to blame because it's like I've argued this with you. Is like, man, it's a joke. If you can't blame somebody, if you can have somebody to blame, it makes it look like a sport.
But you know what they also do it is that certain boxing content creators, they know this. They know this, but they need to keep the content going. So a boxing content creator gonna be like, I know it's fucking let's say I know it's Bud Crawford's fault, but I gotta make it seem like it's Earl Spence' fault because my audience is a Bud Crawford audience. Vice versa. I gotta make it seem as Al Haymon. You ain't never heard Al Haymon before. You never heard him speak. You never heard nothing. You don't even know who Al Haymon. And everybody here talk about like they know Al Haymon. Like they know Al Haymon.
Right. That's like the most comedic thing I ever heard. The guy doesn't speak to anybody, but they act like they talk to him.
You hear shit like you hear the contract. You hear contract talks in the YTBC. 60, 40, 70, 30, all that shit. And they ain't even there. Like you don't even know.
Well, this is how crazy boxing is like, I don't know have you seen Steven Espinoza will argue with people on Twitter? Like this is the sport of boxing. You have a network executive having to argue with guys on their on their lunch break.
But you know what? They have fun with it too. These people, these guys, and look, boxing is a very small community, and they know that the only people that talk about boxing is the YouTubers and this Twitter the Twitter account holders that talk boxing. So for their entertainment, the cool thing is that they engage with us. That's the cool thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could imagine. I don't know who you follow, like Jerry Jones arguing with the fan, or
imagine James Dolan from the Knicks talking to the fans all day. Can you
like
imagine?
You don't know shit about basketball,
right? Talking to Knicks fans all day. Oh shit!
But that's because their sport is transparent. I can go online and see how much everybody's making, how much the G League, who's actually injured. I can go see all that.
But also in boxing, it's transparent, but they're not going to give you all their business. But you can actually have a conversation, and you can have a conversation with the other party as well. So that's why I can have a conversation with Bill. I can have a conversation with T.O. Sr. And I can have them both on the same motherfucking channel and let them chop it up. And then people could see for themselves who's the bullshitter and who's not. And even when and I'm giving an example, even when the people saw I had in my channel, that was a 7-hour live show. They was here for 4 hours, bro. 4 hours. Chopping about everything from sparring, from making the fight happen, from getting the $4 million in the zone. And then I tell people, did Bill Haney get the $4 million? Because I spoke to Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn looked at me like I'm stupid and said, I don't know what you're talking about, $4 million, huh? We only care about who's gonna the winner of Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. And hopefully Luke Campbell beats Ryan Garcia, and that's the guy that we want to put to fight Devin Haney. Boom, that's it. Boom, that's it. So you never went to go after. You never went to get you never told the zone, let's get the Teofimo Lopez and then let's approach him with a contract or a proposal. You never did that,
right? But here's the thing, Punch, is like, how are you supposed to know that? See, that's it's like, how are you supposed to know that if you're just a fan and the press don't cover it? How are you supposed to know that happened?
Like if he went to the zone.
Yeah, like how is a casual fan supposed to know that Tio called his bluff and then they didn't show up or something like that?
They wouldn't know if they don't watch the channel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But then what is to say that, not that I know I followed your channel and I went through all those videos like a nerd, but like how am I supposed to even believe you?
No, but that's what I'm saying, because they was talking about it.
I know, but I'm saying for the casual fan, this is what makes it hard to follow boxing, is that you have all these storylines and you don't know who's telling the truth.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's good. It's all right. There's people that believe in the boxing content creator, the host. They trust the host. It's like they trust. It's just like you go to a church and you trust the preacher to interpret the Bible, right? You don't even fucking read the Bible, but you trust the preacher so much that when you be like,
that's a good one.
When Jesus walked in the water and he did this and he did that, you be like, hey man, woo, Lord, yes, Lord. You always see that dude in the back of the church saying, yeah, right on, preacher, preach it. You know what I'm saying?
With the collection plate. Don't forget that.
yeah, with the collection plate. That's the YTBC. That's the YTBC.
That's basically, that's it, with the collection plate.
With the collection plate. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And if that collection plate is rolling, I'm not going to switch up. And that's what's happening. So, We're not talking about boxing. Yeah, not talking about boxing, but also is the subscribers and the followers. Y'all enable them to keep on going, because if they want to keep it strictly boxing and unlogically, objectively, you know what I'm saying, unbiasedly, you gonna switch on them. Hey yo, my brother, I could talk about there was one time I'm talking about the Mise Andre. That same live, I mean that same video, 39 people unsubscribe.
Haters.
39 people. People, even that's when there's the Latinos. Ray, you don't follow la raza. You what they call it, what they said? You a sellout. You this, Diablo. The blacks is telling me that I'm a sellout, and then the Latinos are telling me I'm a sellout. Diablo, mira esta gente. Look at these people. Wow. The next day, I think Canelo Alvarez, Cessa and whatever, I did a Canelo Alvarez content. I got 39 people right back.
Yeah, those are the names. I mean, like you said, it's the analytics, the data. I mean, you're just following out what's trending.
Yeah, and that's, but the good thing about it, and this is the good thing about it, is that I lose the subscribers, but what I lost was Canelo Alvarez people that subscribe to only if I talk about good about Canelo Alvarez. But then the people that subscribe, the new people that subscribe, those are the people that be like, shit, I've been hearing you talk good about Canelo. I don't like Canelo, but I see you talk about the Mise Andre or Jermall Charlo. Damn, I could fuck with Punch. He is unbiased. Yeah, I don't like what he's saying about Canelo, but I could see that he could talk good about this person. He's not like these other channels. You know what I'm saying? So now even I'm taking off the fake, the people that's unloyal, that's only subscribing to me for that one content, but now it's people that are respecting Punch from boxing.
Yeah, but and again, it goes back. Are those even boxing fans? Because to me, I've always said they're not boxing fans.
I think there's I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think there's boxing fans, and then there's YTBC fans. Meaning there's just YTBC.
That's corny, bro.
And it is. This is the reason why I could have an interview with a particular fighter, and probably when I'm doing an interview with that particular fighter is like 50 people looking on. But if I say it's me and Aki TV going at it, that shit is going to 500 people looking on. So what type of fans are this? This is boxing fans or this is YTBC fans?
That's a good point. Yeah. Like
I'm going up against when I say, hey, yo, me and the dude Chicago go at it, people was ready. But then I'm doing a concert. Let me do an interview with Ben Whitaker. I want to see how many people gonna be looking on. Let me do an interview with Amanda Serrano. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna respect that? Are you gonna respect that I got a 7th division world champion talking about one of the biggest fights in the sport of boxing versus Katie Taylor? But y'all show me love when I'm about to go up against another boxing content creator that y'all say don't know shit about boxing?
Yeah, that really doesn't make any sense.
It's weird, bro. It's weird. This community is weird. So it got to the point where, shit, I could talk about Yoka and Franco, but who the fuck want to listen to that shit now?
Nobody.
Yeah, I mean it's good for the portfolio, but I'm not in it to waste my time now. I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm not gonna put in the work, do some thumbnail and stuff like that, talk about boxing just so people be like, you cheat? Nah, they motherfuckers ain't respected that shit. Ain't respecting the work.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed that when the Chocolatito Estrada, I mean, it really didn't get carried by many content creators. Not like it should have been. What got bigger news was Tio supposedly losing. That was like that caught fire everywhere. Had he won, they probably wouldn't have gave a fuck. But the fact that he almost lost, oh my God, it was crazy. And man, I got into so many arguments on just that topic alone. But they swore that he got his ass whooped, he lost. It was just crazy.
Yo, isn't that embarrassing, bro? That Tim Smith from PBC said that first in January, the reason why the fight with Bud Crawford or Earl Spence is not happening is because of economics. Adding that the fans will rob the fight. You know what the fuck he's telling y'all? In other words, you cheap motherfuckers. You cheap thieves. That's why we're not putting the fight. It's not enough money because y'all cheap and will rob the motherfucking fight. That's what he's saying. How can they put some fight? How can they put up a fight? How can they put up a fight and look at the money? They know that Bud Crawford or Earl Spence is not like casual fans know too much about them, so they relying on the hardcore boxing fans. But they're telling the hardcore boxing fans to their face, y'all cheap, y'all gonna rob the fight. We don't trust y'all. We really don't trust y'all. Ain't guaranteed because ain't no guarantee y'all gonna show us love. Because when we put up a decent fight for pay-per-view, when y'all said, hey yo, we want to see Bud Crawford, one of the elites. We want to see Bud Crawford. All right, they put Bud Crawford versus Sean Porter. Y'all still ain't show him love. Y'all still ain't show him love.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that, and I've been following boxing for quite a while. I've never seen anything like that before, where the guy who's trying to sell you the fight tell you like he don't want to even sell it to you. That only in a sport of boxing would have happened. You would never see any other sport do that.
Shit. Max, what's good?
Yo, what up, Punch? What up, Frank?
Yo, what's up, Max?
What's up? What's up?
What's good? What's good, brother? What's good, man? What you think about this subject, man?
I was on and off, bro. I was on and off. I just wanted to be in the background and listen to what you were saying.
What's your perspective and what's your opinion about this community, the community of boxing itself, boxing content? What you think about the work? What you think of what they pushing? What you think this community is at this point?
Yeah, well, I only watch a couple of people, man. I don't really. When I first got into the YouTube community with the boxing, man, I used to watch everybody. But you can see narratives being pushed. I really don't like the race baiting either. I'm not a fan of that. Your channel, Punch, even though, of course, fam, you know, it's always respect. I don't always agree with you, but as men, we can always have a discussion. You feel me? And still be cool about it. You, Rap Star, a couple of other fellas, but not too many, man. I kind of went from like watching 10 boxing channels to maybe only 4. And just because I feel like you can tell who really loves the sport and you can tell who's really trying to push an agenda. So I kind of, like I say, I don't always agree with everyone, even with Rap Star too. It's all love, but I'm just a fan of the sport, and I'm willing to also, like, you know, learn about it more and more through watching different channels. I like this channel because yo, Punch, I don't know how you do it, bro, because they be coming for you, bro. Yo, they be coming for Punch, man. I ain't gonna lie, that'd be entertaining as hell. But
but they can't slow me down. That's what it is, man. They can't slow me down.
Yo, Frank, you know what I'm talking about. We be on certain platforms. Punch walk into the panel, and everybody's gunning for Punch right away.
They name him by name.
Yeah,
they say, where he at?
I'm like, wait, Punch ain't even like the one hosting the panel. You just coming for him right away. So, but I think you mentioned something earlier about content and how it's being kind of reused and recycled over and over again. I think obviously
I'm guilty of that too. I'm not even going at people. I'm actually good. Me too. It got to that point, you know.
Yeah,
I'm guilty of that too.
Yeah, no, but I think that's why it shows content creator skills as well, for people to be able to kind of switch things up or bring even a different conversation to a familiar topic. You know what I mean? And kind of sometimes I've seen you even play like devil's advocate and say, well, what about this? You know, are we seeing it like this? Are we being a little bit too hard? When you're able to, and it was on another channel. I think it was on Rapstar's channel. I think we as fans, we get so obsessed with wanting to see certain fights. But one thing that I've learned from different channels, and that's why I watch like you, Rapstar, new media, those guys, is because there is a business to boxing. And that's something that we as fans, we don't really care about, but it does play a role into it. And I think, and that's what I think certain channels aren't really honest about. You know what I mean? And I think you do a good job at least being honest about it. Like, yo, there's a business to this. And just because you want to see Bud and Spence fight doesn't mean we're going to get that fight. You know what I mean? There's things about it. And people, no matter if you tell them the truth, it doesn't fit what they want to hear, so they won't hear it. You know?
Facts, man. Raquel Donari. Shout out happy holidays to you and the kids, the boys, the husband, the king, everybody, man. Happy holidays to Rachel Donaire. Kobe in the building. What's good? Kobe BX in the building. You know, and this is what it is. What you said is true. You know what I'm saying? It's all facts. And the thing is you could tell. Look. There's even some channels, let's say, because people always be like, yo, you heard what the LGBC says. You know what, some of these guys, I don't know everybody in the LGBC. I probably only know like 4. You know what I'm saying? But some of them will tell you, yeah, this is pro-black. I'm going to vouch for Earl Spence. I'm going to talk about Deontay Wilder. I'm going to vouch for these guys. That's it. It's not like these guys. It's not like these guys also lie on who they don't like or who they're going to vouch or not vouch for. It's either you subscribe to them or either you don't. But the thing is, they have a hold. They know how to ignite, how to bring in the people that don't like them, so you could talk about them. They could stay in their own lane and people still will go to them. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point when I'm like, yo, if y'all don't like them, stop going to them. If you don't like them, why y'all coming to me and my channel telling me what they say, but you saying that you don't like them and you don't watch them? How you know everything? Why you telling me? Why you trying to email me or DM me telling me, hey, yo, you heard what this guy said? Yo, you gonna go or you gonna say something about this punch? Yo, you used to say about this. Hey, your content should be this next. No, motherfucker, nah, I'm talking about boxing, man. Like they say what they say, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They got their people, they're gonna support them regardless, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: ain't nobody gonna stop nobody over here, bro. Ain't nobody gonna stop nobody. They try to stop me. People try to stop me. The group try to stop me, and people individual, even the people that used to support me, try to stop me. They've done too many. People have done so many videos about me. You still can't stop me. You know why? Because I'm fucking too good, bro. I know how to deliver this shit. But also, if I wanted to, and I'm telling y'all in y'all face, I could hustle the fuck out y'all. I could also do that. I could also switch my lane and just talk about this particular content at all times that I know is a marketable and lucrative content, and I could deliver that shit to the best of my ability, and I will capitalize off it. I could go after a bunch of boxing content creators and get more subscribers that ignited emotions around this YTBC. I could do that. I'm clever with that. I could deliver that shit. I'm nice with that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I love it, keeping them logically and objectively. All I'm telling y'all folks, there are people out there that's straight hustling y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
straight
yeah, you can see that. You can see that. Yeah.
I don't mind the hustle. I just don't want them to pretend that they know the entire landscape of boxing.
And that's what it is. So these guys, they know they hustling, but they arguing like they trying to keep they got some morals in their shit.
Right, the integrity.
Yeah.
So because I'll tell you, like, this is the level that you're dealing with, because that same day that Teo happened, there was a great fight, the Warrington Venato fight, and nobody talked about it. Not one person gave a shit. It was all about Teo hate.
Yep, it is like that. Yo, there is a market. There's a market of you hating a particular channel and building your channel off that. Yeah. It's like I told some of the dudes, some of my haters. If you look at their channel would suck. But when they did a channel, when they do a punch on boxing hate content, that's they shoot up to a K. And they talk about any other fighter, that shit don't even do they do like 89 views. So they so think about it. Even when let's say they just wanted to say they just wanted to talk shit one time about me, but then they see that shit shoot up like, hey, yo, this shit was successful. Fuck it, I'm gonna go after punch now.
Yeah.
So sometimes ain't even that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, drama it gets an audience, man. Let's just be real. That's part of the entertainment factor. I'm not gonna lie, Punch. Like, I love entertainment. So you bring the entertainment, Rapstar brings the entertainment. Like, that's why I can tune into a live for a couple of hours, because it's entertainment. But there's a way to do it, right? With a little bit of class, little bit of,
integrity, Max.
Yeah, and tongue in cheek. But you don't have to go after a whole content creator to kind of elevate yourself, if you know what I mean.
And the thing is, I'm gonna say like this: I think there are a lot of good boxing content creators, but I already know that a lot of boxing content creators are compromised to not, you know, not to compromise their subscribers that they already build. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to compromise that. Like I respect, and I'm gonna say I keep it real, bro. I respect. Hey, yo, there's certain things that I might not agree with the points of Blue Bloods, but I respect the shit out of his grind, bro.
Oh yeah,
I respect his grind, his worth ethic, and some of the shit he does make sense. Some of the shit I don't agree with, but it's not my job to go after a person's character because of his opinion about boxing.
Exactly. Yeah. And you don't have to watch him if you don't like him. That's the beauty of YouTube. You don't have to watch him. You don't have to. That's the beauty. You get to watch and you get to subscribe to what content creator you want to see, and that's simple.
All right, Frank, man. Good looking now, bro. I feel you, my brother.
Yeah, thanks, Punch. Appreciate it.
All right, good looking now. But also, it's like, let's say when Ness in the boxing voice, I'm cool with Ness in the boxing voice. There's certain things I don't agree with him, certain things he don't agree with me, and we go at it. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna go at him as a person, or if he goes at me as a person, then that's some other shit. You know what I'm saying? We just keep it boxing. We keep it boxing, keep it respectful at the same time. But we could go, and if I know that you let's say you debating about something, but I already know you. Let's say like we spoke enough about boxing that I know what you feel about this particular fight or what the situation. But then you want to play devil's advocate. I don't have the time to debate your devil's advocate. I just want to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to play the what if game. I just I know that hey yo Max, I know you feel about this. I know that I've seen you talk about this. Don't play the devil's advocate because I don't got the time. I don't got the hours. I got a family, got kids. I don't want to play the what if. You know what I'm saying? I'm that type. So I'm just going to enjoy the show. Whoever want to debate because I already know that debating in this community is all about devaluing and disrespecting the fight. Whoever could do that clever, or whoever could present me devaluing the fighter that we're debating more wins the debate. That does nothing for boxing though.
Yeah, but I got to give you credit, man, because I mean I love the boxing voice. I love what Ness is doing over there with Danny and stuff. And you're one of the few content creators, bro, that is willing to jump on someone else's channel as long as it's respectful and debate them. Because I even saw when you had that little debate with Ness. You know what I'm saying? And not too many people will do that, bro. You know?
Yeah, I mean, because that's how I would do it. You know what I'm saying? I would keep it respectful. But if it's, you know what I'm saying, and still have the chance to express, and that doesn't mean I could be right. I'm just going to express the shit logically and what I know. What I might know something in the inside and stuff like that. And the thing sometimes I know that me and you know that let's say me and you may know something on the inside that people don't know on the surface, but then we act in the surface like we don't know what the fuck is happening behind the scenes.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And then and then you play and I'm like, come on, hey yo, come on, dog, come on, stop. Like why you acting like you don't know? You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not trying to blow nobody's spot, but let's stop playing the game right now for the audience.
Yeah.
But you know what it is, man. And look, I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm letting y'all know, man. It ain't really nothing to talk about in boxing, man. There's a whole bunch of recycling content. People, what we do at this point period of time is creating motherfucking narratives, enticing, igniting emotions of two rivals audience. So we're talking about Bud Crawford. Either the content is going to be about praising Bud Crawford or going against Bud Crawford, knowing there's going to be a bunch of Earl Spence fans that's going to come to the channel and create this traffic, and that's what it is. That's what it is. You cannot like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. You got to pick and choose.
Yeah.
You cannot like Canelo Alvarez. You cannot like Canelo Alvarez and like Jermall Charlo.
Or Jermall Charlo. Yeah.
You can't. And that's the way that it. I could do it, and that's why I get the why you on Jermall Charlo? Jermall Charlo ain't fight nobody. Yo, what's good, Dave? What's that, man? Is that a penis, man?
Yo, what's up, man? Nah. That's the fucking bottom part of the wood thing right here, bro. Hey,
man, what the hell? What are you doing in Christmas, man?
Nah. Let me show you what this is, bro. Look. You know what I mean? The wooden thing that holds the breath. So I put it down because I just got home from work, so I'm getting myself situated. But I got the Bluetooth, so I'm walking around. I'm not going to be all in front of the camera. What we talking about today, Punch?
Man, we're talking about this community. We're talking about is people into talking boxing, or is people into the narrative, the drama? I don't think that boxing is giving a lot of people. I think boxing is a world sport, so it's always something to talk about, the sport of boxing. I just think that people are not interested in the whole thing, the sport, the technique, the breaking down fights in a logical way. People just want to be like, hey, yo, he ducked this person. Man, he's scared. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he don't want to fight him. Nah, his injury is fake. Nah, his car accident's fake. Nah, he got to show us proof. Nah, man, Haymon ain't doing shit, man. Man, these guys are fighting one time a year. Nah, man, they ain't active. Man, the promoters, that's boxing talk now. It has nothing to do with boxing.
I agree with you, Punch. So first off, thank you for having me on the platform. Someone else, I'm not going to say names, invited me to their platform. I was on someone's platform. They were talking pound for pound talk, right? So they asked me for my opinion. And when I said that Errol Spence, to me, is number 4 pound for pound in the world, they started going crazy. They started right away degrading his opponents. They was like, oh, Uga's got 2 losses. Mikey Garcia's 2 divisions smaller. Lamont Peterson's washed up. Sean Porter already low. Like, I'm like, bro, come on, what does that got to do with anything? Sean Porter's still a hell of a fighter. And I'm not one of, and Mikey Garcia is a hell of a fighter. I don't care what anybody says, because I'm a historian. If you're going to give Aaron Pryor credit for beating Alexis Arguello, I'm going to give Errol Spence credit for beating Mikey Garcia, because Mikey Garcia is a 3-division world champion. He was the best champion, the best fighter in every division he competed in. And with that being said, you're right, man. When people want to compete, all they want to do in their arguments is put down the other guy's opponents, put down the resume. This guy got 3 losses. Like, it's corny, bro. Instead of talking about technical boxing, skill sets, what type of attributes a fighter has.
It seems like that's not holding the attention span of the listener. So when that's not holding the attention span of the listener, it seems like the boxing content creator needs to adjust. And then when he brings in the drama, he brings in the gossip talk, then boom, then it's sustaining an audience. Is the traffic is good, and then people are not gonna. I think the audience too, like they're not into it. They're not into real boxing. They're not into learning something new. They're into playing the blame game, the narrative, enabling the narrative, the debunking a narrative from the boxing content creators that they hate. That's what it is. And now the boxing content creators, they know that. They're capitalizing off it. They're hustling now. I'm gonna tell you, like, most of the boxing content creators are 40, 50 years old men. They got family. They're not here to play games. If they're going to hustle you, they're going to hustle you. They're not here to play games or create narratives that people are not going to. At that age, you don't waste time. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to waste no fucking time. So when people be like, hey, yo, this guy's only talking about this one, well, that's the only shit that y'all want to listen to. Because when I'm talking about something else, if I'm talking about Andy Cruz, y'all don't want to fucking pay attention. I'm talking about Ben Whitaker and Gary Cully, like in the lightweight division. I'm like, hey, yo, Gary Cully is the enigma in the lightweight division. It's Gervonta Tank Davis, it's Ryan Garcia, it's Lomachenko, it's Devin Haney, it's now Shakur Stevenson. That's it. Nah, there's more to it. It's more to fucking boxing than that shit. But y'all don't want to listen to that shit.
It's about Bochinche. It's like, example, when you go fishing, right? Let's say you go fishing and you throw the fishing rod in a certain part of the water, right? You don't get no fish. But then if you throw it in a certain part, everybody starts grabbing it. That's what they're going to do. So people put out content disrespecting fighters, disrespecting content creators, going against narratives. And when they see that that's what's bringing them more views, that's what they draw to, opposed to just talking boxing. Being respectful.
That's what it is.
You got to be respectful, man, because at the end of the day, if you're serious about this and you're doing it because you want to make a career out of it, eventually you might be at the arenas, at the fights, interviewing people. If you're somebody that has a reputation of disrespecting fighters, eventually you're going to run into these people and you're going to have to stand on what you say.
But guess what, Dave?
Guess what you say.
But guess what, Dave? It got into the point where successful boxing content creators don't need to go to fights. look, ladies and gentlemen, like I said before, sometimes having boxing personnel on your platform or your channel actually fucks up your numbers, because if this particular fighter or this particular boxing personnel was not relevant, but yet could give you so much insight about the sport of boxing, if they not relevant, that could fuck up your traffic. People start leaving, your numbers start dwindling, because in the end of the day, the subscribers want to hear you talk. They want to hear you. They don't want to hear nobody else. There's people that respect boxing content creators more than the fighters.
It's weird because for me it's different. One time, Ness and them, they do a lot of interviews, whatever. They did an interview a while ago with Julian Jackson. I don't know how many views it got, but for me, that was one of my favorite shows that they did as far as interviews to tune into, because Julian Jackson is a guy that I grew up watching back in the days. So, but then again, you have a lot of new age fans that they're just into the drama. They do not want to hear about the fighter stories, stuff like that, unless it's their particular favorite fighter. And I'm a little guilty of it myself, because sometimes when it's a fighter that I never heard of, and let's say Punch Drunk Boxing is interviewing Joe Blow, I never heard of him, whatever, right? I might not watch it, because I never heard of him. But that's how it is, man.
But that's why I'm more proud. I'm more proud in my video that I did with Kid Austin, do 100K. That was one of my best videos of last year. I'm more proud of my video going 8K with Keyshawn Davis. I'm more proud that my most viewed video is a Rigondeaux video. It's not a Canelo. It's not a Manny Pacquiao. It's not a Deontay Wilder, Earl Spence, Javante Tan Davis. My most viewed video ever was Rigondeaux. Out of all the young fighters, Kid Austin was my most viewed video.
You have Rigondeaux on your show?
Nah, I just did a content of Rigondeaux when he lost after he lost to Casimero. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm looking at it like for me is respect. What I respect about my channel, my approach is I'm unbiased, logically, and objectively, and my number speaks for itself. My number, look, if I look at my number and my analytics, and every boxing content creator look at the analytics right now, I can make a K off Jermall Charlo. I can make a K with Demetrius Andre. I can make a K with Canelo Alvarez. I can make a K with Keyshawn Davis. I can make a K with Amanda Serrano. I can make a K with Shadeja Green. One of my best interviews with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Shadeja Green got me more views than even Amanda Serrano.
Yeah, you're the one that put me on to Kid Austin when I first seen him on your show, because it was something on the thumbnail with some type of history between him and Devin Haney. So I watched the video, I listened to the video, and it caught my attention. And ever since then, Kid Austin's been one of the young fighters that I've actually been following since you had him on, since you made that show with him talking about his sparring incident with Devin Haney, and that's what drove me to it. I'm like, who's this kid that he got some little little good work with Devin Haney, and then I watched it. I seen he's another fighter, father-son fighter. Speaking of father-son fighters, you know what I noticed? You know how they always talk about such and such fighters should fire their father when they lose. Why you never hear nobody say? I'm gonna give you an example. Why you never heard nobody say Manny Pacquiao needs to fire Freddie Roach after he got knocked out by Marquez? Not that he should have. You never hear that. You never hear anybody. You never hear nobody ever say, Mikey Garcia should fire
Robert.
Yeah, certain fighters you never hear that.
And I've done videos about that. I've even done podcast shows of fatherhood is prominent in the sport of boxing. And we only play that with the Latinos and the black fathers. You know what I'm saying? We only play that bullshit, mostly with the Latinos and black fathers.
But it's only with fathers. It's never with regular trainers. It's always fathers, never trainers. Because a trainer could lead to a fighter losing too. Let's say Virgil, what's his name? Virgil Hill, right? All his fighters lost. Virgil. I'm bugging out. Virgil Hunter, yeah. All his fighters lost besides Andre Ward. You never hear anybody saying, get rid of Virgil Hunter. And once again, this is not me putting him down. I think he's a tremendous trainer. But you got trainers with fighters that lose. Like right now, Canelo's team has been taking some losses, right? You don't hear nobody saying fire Eddie Reynoso. Once again,
No, but you remember just last year, people were saying that, for example, Teofimo Lopez should fire his father to hire Eddie Reynoso, and then when all the fighters left Eddie Reynoso because they was losing, you don't hear that shit no more. You see how the boxing community works?
Yeah,
You
it's
feel
like
me?
real life.
It's man, it's crazy. Just look at the span of a couple of days. Look at the negativity in boxing content creator. You got Jermall Charlo needs to show proof that he has an injured hand. An injured hand in boxing is the normal shit in the fucking sport of boxing. Why people acting like this is some, oh my God.
In the gym, bro.
Oh my God.
That shit happens in the gym all the time, man.
He's stuck in Tim's shoe. He's stuck in Tim's shoe.
Like, no fighter goes into a ring 100%, right? I never boxed before professional, but I've been in the gyms and I sparred before and things of that nature, right? Just training in the gym, there's certain days where you don't feel as good. You feel more ached up. Your wrist might hurt you a little bit. Your stomach might feel a little bloated. And then there's some days where you have no issues. You're moving on all cylinders. That's how boxing is in the ring. Guys go into the ring with injuries all the time. Nobody really goes in there 100%. So injuries happen, man. It happens in the gym. It's just a matter of how severe.
So look at this. Us boxing, like I said earlier, us boxing fans know hardcore boxing fans should know the sport like this, not the casual. So you know the sacrifices, you know the risks, you know what it takes, not physically, but you understand what it takes to prepare for a fight. You prepare for a fight fighting. It's different. Like you warm up, in basketball, you warm up, you have light practices and stuff like that. No, to practice to prepare for a fight, you do more preparing for a fight than you do in motherfucking practice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're fighting, you're getting brain damage to prepare for this particular fight. And people should know that. So a hand injury. So if this guy, his eye fucked up, Earl Spence, he need to show proof. Nobody believe him. Demetrius Andre, his shoulder got fucked up. He need to show proof. Jermall Charlo's back. He need to show proof. Jermall Charlo, he need to show proof. Everybody got to show proof because nobody want to believe nobody. The hardcore boxing fans have urinated on the sport of boxing as well. They don't respect fighters. They don't respect it. The only thing is good in this community is to hate. Create narratives, create conspiracy theory, make it dramatic, and do it for the views, do it for the traffic, do it for the chat, and people going after each other. That's it. Because once you start praising fighters, and I said this shit before. Virgil Ortiz and Boots Ennis, y'all on the come up, they're gonna start hate you. As soon as Boots Ennis gains a title or earns a title, you know what they're gonna say? They're going to look at his resume. But he been fighting 30-something fights with nobody. They ain't saying it right now because it's no use to hate him right now. Virgil Ortiz, but who did he fight? Of course, look at the pay-per-view numbers. Of course, nobody respects the sport of boxing because everybody that's doing something great in the sport of boxing actually gets devalued and disrespected from Canelo, from T.O., from Wilder. They say that Deontay Wilder can't fight. Teddy Atlas, a guy that knows boxing, said that Deontay Wilder, the heavyweight champion of the world, cannot fight. How are you going to be a voice of boxing when one of the credible voices of the sport of boxing work on ESPN that the most high traffic in the sport industry is going to say that the heavyweight champion of the world can't fight? How can you push that to the casual audience? And now when they look at Deontay Wilder, they be like, Mike Tyson will fuck him up. There's no respect. Even the media don't respect boxers anymore. They're not the hometown hero they used to be. A fucking Golden Glove winner used to be a hometown hero before. A Golden Glove winner was the champ in the neighborhood, bro.
Yo, Teddy Atlas he even called Teofimo's father an idiot. Come on, that's disrespectful, bro. You do not hear this type of talk in other sports like baseball. You don't hear that, man. Everybody's respectful. And boxing is disrespectful. Social media is disrespectful. We live in a day and a time where everybody wants to see somebody fail. When somebody fails, they make a meme. But Manny Pacquiao got knocked out. And that's a fighter that does not talk junk. He's not cocky. He's not like AB, all due respect. He's not like T.O. and his dad where they outspoken. Manny Pacquiao's Manny Pacquiao, bro. They made jokes about Manny Pacquiao when he got knocked out. If they make jokes about Manny Pacquiao when he got knocked out, they'll shit on anybody, man. And then you add the race thing into it, forget about it. Everything is race driven, man. It's corny, bro. Like, I just want to talk about boxing and stuff like that. And you know what's crazy, man? Like, speaking of boxing, me and you had this dialogue through Instagram, whatever. And I don't mean to change the topic a little bit, but I want to get to this. Everybody's really talking about Teofimo Lopez like he really got no shot against Regis Prograis. I mean, they're talking about his power didn't even carry up to 140. You heard?
Yeah.
And that fight with Campos, he dropped the guy with a jab. Like if he knocked him down with a left hook, it shows me that he still got power. And
that's just it's just it's a narrative. You know, it's just like I was saying, because I was speaking about that. I was speaking about some of that shit earlier. Is a narrative. Is a narrative to hate Tio. Is a traffic. Is a content because you're not going to say I want to let's promote Sando Martin versus Regis Prograis. Let's see how well that's going to do for your channel. Let's talk about Sando Martin, how great he is. Come on, let's see how well your channel going to do for that video. Let's talk about Sando Martin versus the winner of Jack Catterall and Josh Taylor. See, if people really thought that Sando Martin won, why they not talking about Sando Martin? Why they not coming with a bunch of videos Sando Martin? Forget about Tio. Don't hate on Tio. Praise Sando Martin. Yeah. But they can't because they don't really like Sando Martin. You understand? They don't really respect the way that he won. I mean, that the way that he fought. You know what I'm saying?
They're hypocrites, bro, because if it was anybody else, they would say, oh, you can't win a fight like that. You can't win a fight like that. I don't like nobody running. But because it's Tio, the guy was running around the ring. The guy had scored a little knockdown that was debatable. And between that and the ESPN commentating team, people think he won that fight. Like I said, I listened to that fight on ESPN after I watched it home. Tim Bradley sounded like he was having an orgasm every time Sando Martin would land a punch. But every time Tio would land that catch and shoot right hand that was snapping his head back, he wouldn't say nothing at all. And you seen the fight there, Punch. You know how it is. When I watched it live, I was around a lot of people, and nobody there was screaming robbery. Nobody there even thought the knockdown was legit. When Sandor threw himself on the ground to celebrate like he won the World Series, people were looking at him like he was crazy.
Shit, I know. Danny Medina, la ofrenda to the realest channel out here, Ponte Dronky. Good looking now, Danny Medina. De lo mío. Yeah, man. Look, man. It's this ain't boxing talk, man. I think maybe 2023 will pick up and people will start really talking about boxing. Maybe people will start breaking down these showcase fights. Hey, we could see an upset, man. We could see an upset with Rashidi Ellis, right? If people think that the Mijan ain't that good, let's see what Nicholson gonna do. If he ain't that good, like y'all say, so it should be very, very tough for Demetrius Andre. Boots Ennis, let's see. Maybe Hector Garcia will be Gervonta Tank David. Let's talk about that. You know, man.
I think 2023 is going to be a good year. I think we're going to see a lot of good fights. You know, the fights that I think we're going to see this year, I think we're going to get Haney Lomachenko. I think we're going to get Tio versus Regis. I think as bad, I don't think we're going to get Crawford and Spence. I think we're going to end up getting Boots and Spence because I heard something about he has 120 days, something to that extent, to either defend the belt against Boots or get stripped. And I'm hoping that really happens because I'm already tired of the Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence talk.
I've been tired about that. And the beauty about it that there's a lot of you can mix and match it. There's a lot. If people say the welterweight division is stacked, then that means it's good because you can mix and match fights. But if you say it's a contradiction or is it to say that the welterweight division is stacked, but all I want to see is Errol Spence and Bud Crawford, and the shit ain't stacked. You know what I'm saying? Then the shit ain't stacked. There's a lot, even in the 154-pound division is good, man. All right. Jermall Charlo is injured. How about Tim Zhu versus Erickson Lubin? How about Tim Zhu versus Fundora? How about the rematch? How about the rematch? How about the rematch for Fundora and Erickson Lubin? How about that?
I wouldn't mind seeing Danny Garcia versus Erickson Lubin.
Man, how about look at this? Brian Castano versus Danny Garcia.
Yeah, that'd be a good fight. Castano, one thing about Danny Garcia, he fights good against guys that stand in front of him. Only thing is he can be outworked. But
put Brian Castano versus Tim Zhu. I got Brian Castano being Tim Zhu. Brian
Castano kind of reminds me of a little bit of a less polished version of Fernando Vargas. Not as polished, because Fernando had a better amateur pedigree, but he reminds me of Fernando Vargas a lot, the way he fights.
For me, Brian Castano has an effective pressure. It's like a Sean Porter, but effective.
Yeah, he does it with skill. He's not reckless about it. He's not walking into shots all day like a Brandon Rios type of guy. You know what I mean? He got some skills to him. He definitely does. What about Brian Castano versus
Tony Harris?
There we go. Tony Harris. Tony Harris can fight his ass off too.
Hell yeah. There's a lot of fights in 154.
They're not big names, but they got good, solid fighters. Imagine Danny Garcia versus what's the guy's name that he was champ? That Jerry Hurd. He's big, but Jerry Hurd is tailor made for Danny Garcia.
Rachel said, Punch, you going to the Rachel, you know how they feel about me, man. The only way I go over there is with a hookup. You know how they feel about me there, Rach. Come on, man. You know that. Only way I can
Rachel Donaire?
Yeah. Raquel Donari. Rachel Donaire.
Manager of the year.
The queen.
Yeah. Yeah, I be seeing her a lot on the platforms too. She be doing her thing. She knows her stuff.
Of course, of course. Isn't that? Oh, yeah, it is TGB. You know everything is TGB.
And I follow Nonito too for a long time. Like I remember when he was on the streak when he was knocking everybody out for a minute. He was actually like top 3.
No. Matter of fact, now that you mention it, because I think that's why I skipped. You know what I'm saying? Because I was talking about, when I did the video earlier, and I was saying to the people like, yo, were they saying Al Haymon get the blame for this? Al Haymon get the blame for that? I think every promoter, whatever power plays in the sport of boxing, they do good, they do bad. Some of them don't give us the fight that we want to see. Some of them don't give us the fight that we want to see. But this narrative pushing of Al Haymon for me is like overblown, is watered down, it's played out for me. Like Al Haymon has done things that is good. Let's not forget that his name is printed on the Jermall Charlo versus Brian Castano 2 undisputed. Let's not forget that also, even when you hear about TGB, of course, Al Haymon also has to deal with that. Even he resurrects certain careers, or it's a part of resurrecting careers. Hey, you just mentioned Nonito Donaire. When Nonito Donaire fought Obali, TGB won the purse bid, right? They was fighting on the PBC event where Al Haymon had his name on that event, on that fight.
He brought boxing back to television, man. In 2017, he brought some big fights.
Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman. Manny Pacquiao, Keith Thurman.
That was pay-per-view. I'm talking about the ones that was on TV. He put Keith Thurman versus Danny Garcia. He put Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter.
But say the relevant show, because even mention the relevant shit. Because look at Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez became undisputed under PBC. Manny Pacquiao resurrected his career fighting Keith from Tom Thurman. Andy Ruiz, the first Mexican heavyweight, was Al Haymon that picked him up. PBC picked him up, and he beat Anthony Joshua.
Believe it or not, he brought this guy back, even though he was losing. But Gamboa was sitting on the shelf for a long time. Al Haymon gave him some paychecks. He gave him some nice paydays, even though he lost. But Gamboa was sitting on the shelf for a minute. He was very inactive, and that's what ruined his career. Gamboa was a very talented fighter at one point. He signed that deal with Al Haymon. He gave him that fight against the Puerto Rican guy, Rocky Martinez, to bring him back. After that, he got a Tank fight. After that, he got a Devin Haney fight. After Devin Haney, who else he fought after that? homeboy, he got stopped the pit bull, but he's been getting them fights though.
He began fights, and also let's not forget, even when Elvis Rodriguez lost to Sims Jr. and Top Rank threw him away, they picked him up. Just like they picked up Randy Ruiz after his loss to Parker. They PBC picked him up. Like, yo, yes, we didn't get Bud Crawford versus Earl Spence. There's some fights that we did not get that Al Haymon could have worked out with Eddie Hearns, the Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. But let's not take away that he's also brought him some good fights. And also coming to 2023, when we're talking about David Benavidez versus Caitlin Plant. We talking about Keith Thurman versus Earl Spence. We talk Pitbull Cruz maybe fighting guys like
versus Spence is really gonna happen, man. Is that really gonna happen?
I'm not sure, but what I'm saying is that we've seen that TGB actually petitioned the WBA for it, so they want this fight. They try to make this fight. What I'm saying is that okay, I can understand the frustration with pay-per-view and PBC. I understand that. I think bro. The fans have legitimate reason to critique it. To critique that, but let's not act like everything that Al Haymon has done is bad. Nah, Al Haymon has done good. Al Haymon has not brought him fights that we want to see. But it's also the same thing with Top Rank. Hold on, let me even explain this right quick. Everybody talking about inactivity. Everybody fighting one time a year. Well, Josh Taylor only fought one time a year. He's with Top Rank. Virgil Ortiz only fought one time a year. He was Golden Boy Promotions. Conor Benn only fought one time a year. He's with Matchroom. Anthony Joshua only fought one time this year. Earl Spence only fought one time this year. But Crawford only fought one time this year. So the inactivity is a sports problem. It's not a PBC problem, Top Rank problem. It's just an overall problem with inactivity. But they try to be like PBC fighters are the only one inactive. Okay.
You know what it is though? People are spoiled with the past, right? Like even me, because I'm into the past and everything. Like back in the day, you had cards where everybody on the Don King card were like Hall of Fame fighters, pound for pound fighters, right? Now people wonder why you can't do that. Even I wonder why, but now I figured it out because of the purses. Back then, I don't believe they were getting paid as much. Don King was robbing a lot of people with their money, so they can't afford to put 4 championship fights on the card because you got to pay all these guys over $1 million and then hope the pay-per-view sells. So I understand it from that aspect. And plus, back then, fighters were way more active. They're not as active now.
I think people even use rob loosely. I'm going to say that just like any power entity in any business, they know how to take advantage of the vulnerable person. Fighters are very vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these fighters are broke. You throw them some money. Remember, a lot of these fighters don't even know their own worth. It's almost like I could switch it up and give you a example with the Locks, right? The Locks got signed for $100,000. 17-year-old 3 dudes, $100,000. That sounds like a lot of money, right? Coming from Yonkers, coming straight from the street, right? But then when they become grown men, then they saying that P. Diddy robbed us. Nah, y'all just ain't know y'all value. Y'all was vulnerable and y'all signed the deal. Now y'all grown men with kids and family. Y'all still stuck on that deal that y'all signed. A lot of these fighters are signing with these bonuses. Oh, $25,000 bonus. Oh, shit. Oh, whoa. And they like, I'm broke. I can make a down payment on an apartment, on a house, or whatever. I could buy my car, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I think even in boxing, they use that rob word. Oh, Don King robbed these guys. Well, I don't think that Don King put a gun in these guys' heads to sign these contracts either.
They didn't do their business right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hold these fighters also gotta hold them accountable of what they signed.
You gotta have the right team with you, man. That's what happened with Don King, right? At one point, Felix Trinidad was threatening to leave Don King. For one, he was tired of being on the undercard when he was a champion for a while. He felt like he wasn't getting what he deserved. He took Don King to court, and Don King had to restructure his contract. When he restructured Trinidad's contract, that's when Trinidad got the HBO deal. And he was getting fights with Pernell Whitaker, the Oscar De La Hoya, the Fernando Vargas, the Bernard Hopkins. He became a pay-per-view attraction after him and his dad took Don King to court because they restructured the contract. You know, Don King, He didn't shit on him at the end of the day. All right, he restructured his contract. He made Trinidad a pay-per-view star, made him a lot of money. But you got to be on top of your game. It's like
everybody
when
gotta be on top of their game. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's a life.
Some people don't read. Some people don't read the whole fine print. They don't read it, man. They just sign. That's it.
Man, it's like when I financed my first car, man, they took me to the motherfucking bank. I ain't know shit. I said, let me get how much down payment you trying to make? How about 4,000? Oh, you really? All right. I ain't know shit the first time I bought my car. Shit, I know that dude was like, hey, yo. I was happy. They was happy with. They be like, do you think you could put more? I said maybe 45. They tell me photo because I say, yo, I got bad credit. Shit, my credit wasn't that bad. You feel me? I was a dummy. But I was vulnerable. I say, what? I'm gonna get this car? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But how much fun are you trying to put down if you want to get this car? They go for the vulnerable people and stuff like that. Then when they figure out that what's their worth, it's almost like when you're in a relationship. You got this shorty and stuff like that, but then you start working out, you start working, you start getting money, you start looking good, and your wife or your wifey is kind of still like, damn, baby, and now you getting these good looking chicks, and you elevating, and your chick ain't elevating with you, and now you know your worth, and you be like, what the fuck, I'm with this chick.
Yeah, she's staying on the same level.
Same thing with these guys. They elevate. They they become smarter. They become grown men. Remember, all these guys
changed the game, right? Changed the game, right? Oscar De La Hoya.
All these guys are signing as teenagers. You know what I'm saying? Just like Floyd. Oh shit, I feel like I'm not getting what I'm. Yeah, but you signed a deal when you were a teen. So now you a man. The game, bro. Of course,
Oscar De La Hoya changed the game.
That's why
a lot of people be dissing Oscar, bro. But let me tell you something. Oscar De La Hoya. If it wasn't for Oscar De La Hoya, there would not be no Mayweather promotions. They wouldn't be no Man Down promotions. All these fighters with their promotions. Oscar De La Hoya he's the Jay-Z of boxing, believe it or not.
And I'm gonna say this: when people talk about the Adrian Broner interview and saying that, oh, you know, people are making videos. You heard what Adrian Broner said about PBC and stuff like that. But let's not also forget. Shout out to Adrian Broner, because I always do videos about praying for Adrian Broner and not, and you know what I'm saying, don't go after him just because he's down, because I hate that shit. But let's not forget, Adrian Broner is saying that inactivity and he wasn't waiting around fights. You had a fight versus Omar Figueroa. It was Adrian Broner that was not mentally and physically ready for Omar Figueroa. So Adrian Broner can't say that he didn't have a fight. Maybe Adrian Broner was not suited to fight. So Adrian Broner needed to take accountability for where he was at in life with his legal battles at the same time, and his drinking habits, and staying out of shape and staying out the gym. But now he making it feel like he didn't have dates. Maybe they want to give you dates because they didn't want to lose out on an investment. They see you where you was heading. You was not prepared to be in that ring anyway. And we saw it. Look at how you look right now. You're not prepared to be in that ring. And maybe Al Haymon said you're not prepared to be in that ring. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he looking out for you. Maybe. And you just want the money right now. But maybe you ain't ready. But anyway, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's late. It's late. I gotta go. I gotta go, Dave, tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
You got it, bro. I'll tune in, man. You have a good night. Happy New Year's, bro.
You too, my brother, man. Everybody in the chat, man. Love you. God bless. And on to the next. Gotta run.
God bless.
Gotta run, man. Now, Raquel, I gotta run. Trabajo, trabajo, trabajo.